Hello!
Hey, people. Oh man, I can't make this music quieter. I don't have a volume slider. It's weird. Oh well. Okay, there we go. I'll just turn the music off.
Because we're trying to avoid doing news, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, to hell with news.
Hello, what?
Suck it, news. We hate you.
Yeah, suck news. News sucks.
Yeah.
So, the news sucky.
Right.
But there is a bit tonight, so we're going to cover a couple of things, but nothing major. Right.
Take out your suck it and your suck it!
Suck it!
Any reason not to start?
Yeah. I think sort of we should do it.
Let's do it.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Ginny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with soundbite saviors. It's the game breaker.
Whoops, I accidentally did the thing at the wrong time. I didn't realize it was on the other thing.
Wow, that was an intro breaker.
Yeah. I usually started in a new tab, but I forgot to do that this time. Oh, things are going wrong.
Already.
It's the veteran gamers.
I just want to say, f this game. I'm done.
Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Can we say
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Whoop, whoop, woo. Beep, 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 beep. Hello and welcome to episode 462 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yay, 462, and we're coming at you and something, boo.
Yeah, and all that, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I'm Stu.
I'm Duke.
And I'm temporarily Chinny.
Hey! You're an honorary chin.
Yeah, it's already going pear-shaped because Chinny isn't here. You're fucking up the intro.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ. What is the matter with you?
Well, almost everything.
Yeah, I think it is.
As
we should explain why Chinny's not here tonight.
Because he's a loser.
Because he's a baby.
I'm not going to get interrupted by stupid sound effects.
He's got toothache. He's got toothache.
So he says.
A very appropriate ailment for an English person who have bad teeth, you see.
Let's look at the picture book, Ralph.
Yeah. So... Yeah, he's in pain anyway. Yeah. I did see him.
I'm sorry you're in pain, Chinny. Feel better.
Yeah, I did see him over this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
So I can vouch that he was in pain.
That stinks. So when did you see him?
I saw him on Saturday.
So how did I not hear about this until today? Was he like trying to man through it?
I guess. It was sort of like... Right, okay, here's the thing, right? So Tara and himself came up north this weekend to watch Dan, who we meet up with at the sort of EGX, and I know him from like previous jobs, and you know we were all good friends and played Dungeons and Dragons with him and all that kind of stuff. But this week he was role-playing a wrestler.
I see.
I had him on Gavin about to talk about him.
Finish him.
Yeah, finish him. So yes, that's basically what he was doing this weekend for charity. He was wrestling a professional wrestler in a ring and getting sweaty and stuff.
Yes.
So that's what it is. So Chinny came up to support and watch him get sweaty and wrestle. And himself and Tara and myself and my good wife, Kay, went out for a meal. So we went out for a meal. And Chidi basically took about an hour to eat a pizza because his tooth was that sore.
Yes.
So yeah, he's very slowly chewed a pizza. He made his way through it eventually, but I think he was in a bit of pain. He didn't look... It wasn't himself, shall we say. It wasn't himself, bless him. He was in a bit of pain. So today he's been to see the emergency dentist and got some antibiotics and stuff. And hopefully...
Good luck, Chinny.
He's gonna get better over the following week, I guess. But yeah, we had a lovely weekend. Yeah. Chinny has been on top of my massive dick. That happened on Saturday, yeah. And he jumped up and down a bit, to be fair. It tested it out. So yeah, I've had
and it held his ample frame.
Yeah, it was fine. The dick supported him, you know. So my giant dick supported Chinny without much of a problem. Yeah. He was impressed. He was a bit overawed by the sheer size of the dick. It has to be said, but you know, I'm not surprised. Not surprised, if I'm being honest. Yeah. So that happened. And it was quite funny. So he came and had a look where I actually do my bit of recording of the show. So he came and had a look where I sit and do all myself. Because it's the first time he's ever been to my house. So it's the first time he's ever been up north to meet. So that was good. And then we went out to Preston. We watched Dan get sweaty. And watched a lot of other blokes get sweaty. And that was kind of it, really. We sort of had a bit of food after the wrestling had finished, and he very slowly ate food again because obviously he was toothache, and then he went home on Sunday, I guess, and then he's that's kind of it, and then he's not here, and we've got Antonio.
Yay, Antonio!
Hello there, hello.
For those who don't know you, Antonio, where are you from?
Gabbing about in podcasts, and according to some reviewers on the Entertain Nerds, that as well, the Veteran Gamers Youth System, apparently, according to one review on the Entertain Nerds.
The Veteran Gamers what system?
Youth System. So according to one of the reviewers,
so like the farm team.
A review on the Entertain Nerds, I went through the youth system of the VGs.
Yeah,
apparently.
I like it.
Yeah.
So you're like the next generation of VGs, is that what they're saying?
That's right.
Apparently, according to the review, yeah.
Good. That's how it should be. I like that. Yeah, up and coming to replace us when we're too old and arthritic and forget shit.
I'll probably have a prize for you guys.
I'm going to be in a cyborg body by that time.
A cyborg body?
Oh, yes. I am a robot. Do what I say.
It's funny you should
I
say
am
that,
a washing machine. Do what I say.
It's funny you should say that because, Chinny and I have stupid bets about stuff.
No, I know you have brilliant, smart bets.
Yeah, well, they're always a bit stupid, and I always bet stupid things. And we had a bit of a stupid bet last night, actually, while we were chatting. And I've kind of bet him that within the next 10 years, so by 2028,
yes,
people will be doing virtual shopping in VR.
Well, yeah.
So sticking a VR headset on rather than go to an actual shop and look at things in 3D so that it's like they can see what they look like and, move around. And in addition, and Tara thought this was a stroke of genius, so I'm going to patent this, that you could virtually try on clothes and look in a mirror in VR at yourself with clothing on.
Yes.
And she was like, that'd be brilliant.
That is brilliant. They have that brilliant for haircuts. Why not for clothes?
Exactly. So you'd be in a virtual
it's not VR,
shop,
but
looking in a virtual mirror, looking at your virtual self with virtual clothes on, and then you could order them if you were happy.
Sure, go for it.
I think it's happening. But
I must say, no. Hassan Minhaj has a great new show on Netflix called Patriot Act. It's very good. Everybody should watch it. Anyway, he did a bit about Amazon, and the whole conceit of the show is that Amazon is so addictive that even though they have horrible labor practices and everything, we can't not shop there. And I don't know. That's not how I relate to Amazon. He's talking about, like, you go there every day and here's why and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, not me. I can't remember the last time I bought something at Amazon other than something for my mom's birthday because, she wants videos and stuff.
Right. I use Amazon quite a lot, I have to say. Well, I can tell you. Want me to tell you the last thing I bought on Amazon?
Sure, go for it.
Sure, why not? Let's just do that because people want to know about shit like that, don't they?
For reference, I use it a lot because I got an Amazon.
Yeah, I use it a lot.
Discounts.
I think I bought. I know what I bought without looking. But
tell.
yeah, here we go. I'll tell you what the last thing I ordered. Here we go. It was. Need a drum roll for this. Are you ready?
Blah,
Oh.
blah, blah, blah.
Descaler tablets for coffee machine and kettles descaling 50 times 16 gram.
Descaling? What is descaling?
So it gets rid of lime scale in your coffee machine and whatnot. So there you go. And prior to that, I bought Red Dead Redemption 2. So there you
We're
go.
just going for our orders now, are we?
No, I'm just saying that's what I bought. That's what I buy off Amazon, basically. So there you go. That's me.
Because I was about to go through my entire list. Say, Spyro, earplugs, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. See, you buy loads of stuff. People buy loads of stuff apart from YouTube.
Fair enough.
You
I
know,
go
like-
to DIY stores and places like that. What a
Who goes
crazy
to a
idea.
store anymore? Why would you
I
do
know,
that?
right? Sorry.
Like, I mean, just weird. It's just weird. Why do you go to a store? Anyway, so I think we should talk about some video games because that's nothing to do with video games.
Well, you said you bought Red Dead Redemption 2. So that's
Well,
obviously
I
something
guess.
about Video games.
I guess. But we could talk about that. 'cause that's a
Yeah,
video
why
game.
not?
Let's do that.
Let's do that. I mean, it's a good idea to do that. I'm not stalling.
What you been playing?
What you been playing? What you been playing?
So, I am 26 missions in to Red Dead Redemption 2.
How do you know 26? Are they numbered?
Well, here's a funny story for you.
Okay.
Because I was playing along Red Dead 2, and I was doing this mission where I had to rob like a stagecoach.
Ah, that is funny.
It is funny. Rob a stagecoach. And anyway, there's this big explosion. Shit goes down, and I have to shoot off a padlock. So I can see the side of the door of the stagecoach, but I could see no padlocks. I'm like, well, where the hell am I meant to shoot this thing? So I was walking around the stagecoach and working out, and I'm looking at the bottom and the sides and the top and then everywhere, and I'm like, I can't see no padlock. So I went online to look because I thought, well, I can't find this here
there you
padlock, and I
go.
need to finish
And
this mission.
sorry, by the way, for the people watching live, the stream is going to be very minimal this week. I'm sorry, I've just got a lot going on.
Yeah. So I'm being a bit stupid. So I was like, where the hell is this padlock? So anyway, I went online and found out the mission I was doing was mission 23.
Uh-huh.
You see, so that's how I knew,
see.
because obviously that was the mission I
Okay.
was on. And yeah, it was a lockbox underneath. It was just a bit weird. I thought it was going to be into the main stagecoach things, but it wasn't. It was just a lockbox that you got out. Yeah, so that's how I know which mission I'm on. But here's the thing: Red Dead 2, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, you know.
That's what I hear. Antonio, are you playing this?
I played it for about 3 hours.
Really?
Right, so have
That
you
sounds
actually
like
bought
you
it?
gave
Have
it
you
up.
played
Yeah, I
somewhere
bought it.
else?
I bought it. I went house with a friend. I wasn't going to buy it, but I Xbox share with a friend, and he
Okay.
just said, "Can I play it?" I thought, "Oh, I'll get £22 each. Why not? I'll give it a shot."
Oh, right, okay. So you sort of halved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think? Fresh to it, 3 hours in, what are you thinking?
Do you know my opinions on Red Dead 1?
I know. you
Uh-oh,
don't
what
like
the
it.
what? What are you talking? That sounds ominous.
No, I know he doesn't like it, so
What?
that's fine.
And
Hated that
Who
game.
invited this
Hated
pinhead
it.
on our
shut
show?
up, I didn't hate it.
Hated it with a passion. He did. He went, "This is the worst game I've ever played."
That's pretty
Well,
harsh.
according to Twitter, yes, but no.
He did. That's what he said. Exactly.
Technically, Red Dead 2 is a marvel, but gameplay-wise and story-wise, currently, I'm not into it.
Really?
And I entered it kind of wanting to like it. I don't want to dislike it. I
Now
bought
wait,
the damn game.
wait. How do you feel about Grand Theft Auto?
I like the gameplay, but story-wise, it's fine. It's fighting a losing battle already for me because I'm not a fan of westerns.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the storytelling and the world building that comes from a western personally, whether that be films, books, comic books, or even video games. So it's already a losing battle for me in that sense.
Well, Chinny doesn't like fantasy and science fiction, but he said Skyrim is the best game he's ever played. You got to have an open mind.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. I have
No,
the
he
audio right
didn't.
here. Oh, Skyrim is the best game ever.
Who knew Chinny was a cockney?
Oh, right. Yeah, I like Skyrim.
That is the worst accent ever. I mean,
I don't know what you're
ever.
talking about.
Don't
That's
ever-
audio. That's digital audio of Chinny speaking.
seriously,
I
don't
love
ever do that
Tara.
again.
She's beautiful.
God, that's terrible. So come on, Antonio. Why don't you like it? What is it that sort of rubs you the wrong way?
I just find it boring.
How dare
It's
you?
really, really slow. And
Yeah, because the world is so
that's
beautiful.
fine,
You're
but
supposed to
it's
be
not for me.
appreciating the beauty of
Yeah,
the
have you ever
world.
been in the Wild West, man? You don't want to be
Damn.
rushing around.
You know what else
like
was
some sort
slow?
of Blue House
Life
Black.
back in the 1900s
Exactly.
or
There was no race
18
cars back
something,
then, you
whatever
know.
it was.
I'm not. You're not wrong there. Technically, it's a masterpiece. Technically, it's
marvel.
amazing.
Technically,
It's a marvel.
you are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
But gameplay-wise, it's just not for me. I
Okay.
just don't like how heavy everyone feels, how everything controls. It's just not for me.
That's because
What do
people
you
weighed
mean
a
how
lot more back
heavy
then.
you feel?
Yeah, you
What
you
does
move
that
like a
even
sack of shit.
mean? What does that even mean?
Well, technically,
You just-
humans are
no, you
sacks
move
of shit.
slow because you've got loads of guns and stuff weighing you down. How fast
Yeah,
do
but
you
that
want
should
him
be
to
true
go?
in Fallout as well then. But it's not.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm
But-
just saying what I feel. It's just not for me.
Look,
More power to people that like it. It's just not for
look,
me.
you can be wrong.
No. Everyone has to like what we like as much as we
Exactly.
like them.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you're just wrong.
So you've
no,
stopped
I-
playing it then, Antonio.
I'll keep going. I'll
Okay.
give it more time because 3 hours I don't think is a fair assessment.
Okay.
No, it is.
But
Have you
so
got,
far
have
it's
you got
not
to
for me.
chapter 2? Or are you still on chapter 1?
I'm on chapter 3.
How the hell have you got to chapter 3 in 3 hours? That's impossible.
An hour per chapter.
Bombing it, mate.
No, I'm sorry, Antonio. That is not possible.
Oh yeah.
That's not possible. I've played way more than 3 hours before I go. And you know me, I don't fanny around doing side missions and stranger shit. I
Well,
just
if
do
if I put the
story.
chapter wrong, that's a sign of how much I'm caring about this.
There's no way you're on chapter 3 at this point because chapter 3's, I'm probably, I reckon, about 12, maybe 13 to 15 hours in, and I've literally just got to chapter 3. And I'm
That's
pretty much
kind of turning
doing-
me off wanting to go even any further.
Yeah, I'm pretty much doing story missions and just the odd side things. So I'm not doing any of the bounty hunting or anything of that nature. So yeah, there ain't no
Well,
way.
stick
You
with
might
Fred
have got
then.
you might have got to the 3rd mission. That might be more likely.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. What was the last thing you did in the game without obviously spoilers or anything?
I did a bounty hunting thing because I'm not enjoying the story. I want to try and find something else I'll enjoy.
All right, so you're doing like a bit of a side, like one of the bounty huntings from the board.
Just trying to get
This is-
used to all like the controls and the systems and stuff, and trying
Yeah,
to find
this-
some action. To be honest.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff to take in. There's a lot of stuff to take in because you. I mean, one of the things I've sort of found, I do agree, right? I'm not going to disagree. It is very slow going. You know, the sort of missions are there, but there's a lot of traveling time between missions. So what I've taken to doing is if there's sort of quite a way, like a distance to the next mission point, because sometimes it's quite a way, I set it into the autopilot mode. So, I'll go into cinematic mode and then get the horse going along like to the marker wherever the mission is. And then I go and do some chores. I might put the dishwasher, dishes in there, or might clean something or whatever, or go and make myself a cup of coffee. And then when I come back, I'm at where I need to be for the next mission.
Fuck
You know-
that. That just sounds like hassle.
It's not
Fuck
hassle.
that.
I'm just utilizing my time whilst I'm multitasking. I'm playing a video game and doing other stuff at the same
Multitasking
time.
is a myth. You're not doing anything well. You're just doing everything half-assed.
I'm not doing everything half-assed. I'm utilizing my time. I'm making good use of my time. But it is a weird thing to do that because Chinny and I talked about this last week, and Chinny wasn't even aware of this. And it doesn't tell you anywhere in the game about this, but to unlock fast travel, you've got to upgrade the camp to a point where Dutch's tent is upgraded or something of that nature, and then that unlocks a map for fast travel.
I see.
But
Right.
up until that point, you can't fast travel anywhere. So apart from getting a stagecoach or getting a train, you've literally got a horse ride between mission points. And even the stagecoaches only go to other towns or settlements, so they don't. If the next mission point's in the middle of nowhere, you've still got to ride your horse to get to it.
Yes.
It's a bit
Clop,
of a.
clop,
It
clop,
is a
clop,
bit
clop,
of a.
That's the sound of a
Mosey.
horse. Yeah.
I do agree. It's kind of slow. It is.
But that's
kinda
part of the
slow.
charm, surely.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it so much. But like I say, I have found myself doing other stuff while I'm going places.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's detrimental because you do get held up, so random like bandits or bounty hunters or whatever will appear in the middle of the road and then shoot the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And if I'm off doing something else, quite often I'll die without realizing and come back and I'll respawn somewhere. And it does this weird thing where it knocks about $5 or $6 off your money total every time you get killed. So you lose money every time you die. So there is a sort of forfeit to dying, I guess. Yeah, the other thing that's a way different to GTA is the way that like in GTA, if you get sort of do a crime and you're getting chased by the police, once your wanted status goes back to 0 or whatever, that's kind of it, isn't it? There's no other repercussions.
Pretty much.
Why
does this have persistent bounties or something?
Yeah, because what happens in this is if you get witnessed, you can either chase down the witness and threaten them, so you can intimidate them and then they don't obviously speak or say anything to anyone, or you can kill them so that they obviously don't say anything to anyone. But that can cause its own problems, because if you kill someone and don't realise that's being with, then you end up with more witnesses of another crime then, so you have 2 crimes that you've committed.
Well, unless you kill everybody.
And that, but the trouble is then all the lawmen come out. Then
kill all of them!
Yeah, it doesn't. Unfortunately, you can't do that.
Why not? Now, if you're a wuss, if you were a real man, you'd kill everybody.
I guess. But then what happens is your wanted level goes back to 0 if you witnessed, but you end up with a bounty on your head. So they put money on your head, and I think it's about 12 hours in game time or 24 hours in game time. Bounty hunters start showing up, and they will just try and kill you on sight. So as soon as they see you, they're going to start shooting.
And is there any way to get that bounty gone?
Yes. So what you have to do is go and pay it off at a post office. So you have to go to and there's post offices in quite a few. They do a good job of dotting them around the sort of game world. So some are quite a few of them are railway stations.
I see.
So apart from the main town areas, if you go to a station at the railway, there's usually one there. And the map does a good job of identifying all the different icons and where stuff is. So if you scroll down to post office on the legend and click on it, then it'll just highlight those on and tell you how many there are on the map and where they are. So then you can just stick a marker on it and off you go. So that's kind of easy, but it costs money. So you've got to make sure you've always got plenty of cash to get rid of your bounty, and then you're not being hunted down all the time.
Yes.
So that happens. What else have I done in the game? That I can tell you that's not a spoiler. I went fishing today. So I've been doing quite a bit of fishing. I like the fishing. I'm quite impressed with the way that it's been implemented.
What's different about it compared to Far Cry 5?
I don't know. I've not played it. Tell me how fishing works in Far Cry, and then I'll tell you how it works in this, and we'll compare. So what happens in Far Cry when you go fishing?
I don't know. It's there's a rod and a lure.
Yeah. But what are the mechanics? How do you fish?
You there's a meter, and you kind of keep it in the meter, and you pull the rod back toward you, and you got to keep it at green or yellow rather than red, in terms of how much pressure the fish is putting on the rod and the line and everything.
Wow, that sounds well complicated.
Kinda.
Yeah, no, there's not that bollocks here. So basically what they do is you get loads of different types of bait. So depending on what you want to fish or the type of place you're fishing in. Yeah. So for instance, if you're fishing in a lake, then you need a lure. Right. Well, I don't want to say that with my northern accent. So rather than using bait, use that, and obviously you're pulling it towards yourself slowly. And the way you do it is you obviously cast with the triggers, and then you use your right to reel in by doing a rotation of the right stick,
right? And
you use your left stick to play the fish. So once you got a fish on the line, you've got to sort of tire it out,
right?
Rather like real fishing.
Right.
So obviously you reel it in. When it starts to tug on the line, then you sort of drag it backwards and forwards and let it sort of tire itself out. Then you reel it in a bit more and drag it back. So it is. I've done fishing in my time when I was younger, and it's the most sort of closest to real fishing that I've done in a game. You know, that actually feel, and the vibration's great. The way they've implemented the rumble in the controller whilst you're doing it feels really like good and adaptive. You know, obviously the bigger the fish, the heavier the vibrations and stuff.
Right.
So they've done a really good job of doing that.
Right.
But yeah, no, I quite like the fishing. I did it for a while, you know. And what's really cool, whenever you do any of those sorts of tasks in the game,
Yeah.
there's a lot of incidental chitter chatter going on.
Well, yeah.
So, you know, like in Dragon Age Iquique, for
Yes.
instance, you know, all the incidental characters are always chattering about stuff, aren't they? You know, like random information, or they'll just make general conversation with you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that, and it's really well done. You know, so whilst we were sort of fishing in the lake with Dutch, and I can't remember who the other guy was. It Arthur? Not Arthur, because you're Arthur. I'm trying to think who the other guy was who he was with. But
Brian,
while we were fishing,
Bob,
there was
Rumpelstiltskin, Fred, Jose.
yeah, Fred. Fred will be fine. There was a lot of general chit chat going on. You know, just sort of really good incidental dialogue. And I kind of like that. Story wise, it's a bit cliched, if I'm being honest.
Well, yeah, it's a Western. They're supposed to be.
Yeah, it really is very much. I mean, like the third chapter sets something up that really reminds me of a famous movie. Now, I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but this is exactly what it feels like it's going. And if it does go in that direction, I won't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
You know, it feels like a very famous Western movie, which is a bit disappointing because it's not original.
Someone's got to pay for the crimes of the past.
Not really.
Yes, they
Not
do.
really.
They always do.
But I could be wrong. That might not be what they're setting up at all. But at the moment, it feels very much like that's what they're setting up.
Someone's got to pay for the crimes of the past.
Yeah. But like all that being said, the environment is amazing. You know, and as much as Antonio said it's slow and boring, I kind of like the slow and boring. I kind of like the just meandering along, you know, through the sort of the scenery and seeing stuff flit by and rabbits and deers and God knows what wildlife, and it feels like a very big living world. I'm trying to figure the best way of putting it, but yeah, like a
big
really
living
big,
world. Yeah, that's good.
Big living world.
You're a
and
poet,
like
dude.
every little bit of it feels like one of my favorite bits of the game so far is, and this isn't a spoiler or anything to do with story, but one night you come back from a mission and there's just stuff going on in camp. So people are playing dominoes, people are obviously playing poker, getting
Are they playing
drunk.
Five-Finger Fillet where they cut their hand up?
Yeah, there's obviously that going on.
I hated
as
that.
well.
That was the dumbest game ever.
It's-
Why? Don't do that.
But they're having a sing song around the campfire.
Hey,
dancing.
turned down for what?
And you can just kind of wander around the camp and just join in with whatever's going on.
Yeah.
And I really like
gay
that.
orgy.
I thought that was. I like the downtime. You know, like the fishing thing was another. You know, it was part of a story mission, but it was also just a get to know your fellow campmates type thing. And I like that. I like that it's doing all that stuff, and again, it adds to the realism and making it feel like a real living world. You know, that this stuff's going, and they can kick back and have a bit of fun. It's not all about robbing trains or shooting people or whatever. You know, there's also all this cool downtime that you have in the game.
Campfire Simulator.
Campfire Simulator 2018.
Yeah.
That's what they should rename this game as. But it's good. It's really, really good, and I really like it.
That's not what I
There's
heard from
nothing-
Antonio.
No, it isn't what you heard. There's nothing too onerous. People are, you know, there's things. I've still not totally got the Deadeye thing going, like the auto painting, aiming thing. I'm still not 100% how that works, but I just need to play it a bit more, I think, because I'm a bit rubbish at that. So,
Yep.
But you know, I'm just rubbish at sort of like getting any like the ranks. By the way, the other thing he does is ranks every mission now. Yeah, it ranks every mission, so you get like a rating.
What? I hate that shit.
Yeah, like
That's
the
from
Japanese
fucking
games,
Devil
like
May Cry. That's like Japanese
Yeah,
game
yeah.
shit.
bronze, silver, or gold medals you
Ugh,
get, but they're like
stop.
a sheriff's badge shape.
So dumb.
And you get those dependent on how, and it's based on whether you fulfill certain objectives, like whilst doing the mission.
I hate that.
Yeah, and the like, so a lot of them are time based. So it's like complete this task within 1 minute and 30 seconds or whatever.
Guess who's got two thumbs and is not going to get gold on any of those missions?
No, I've had silver a few times. The vast majority are bronze though, and it'll be like get 15 headshots or kill 12 enemies.
Why can't they turn that off? I hate that stuff.
Well, you don't. To be fair, you never have to look at it unless
I know, but that's not the point. If it's there, it's judging me, and I won't want the game judging me. I want the game to just let me do the missions. That should be optional. You should be able to turn that off.
Yeah, maybe you can't though. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. But yeah, robbing trains is fun. Is fun.
Is it like the heist in GTA 5?
Not. Yes.
Not much
yes
setup?
and no. Yes and no. Some of it involves planning.
Yep.
You know, so you have to go and get some certain items and do other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. That was just reminding me. Stealth. They've tried to implement some stealth in this game. So you can do like kills from behind with a knife and stuff, and you can obviously crouch down and creep around a bit. But it's a bit rubbish.
I'm sorry.
It's a bit rubbish because there's no way to mark enemies that you've seen, or they've gone for total realism, so you've no idea where anyone is. So the likelihood is you're going to get spotted by someone.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not really... It has stealth elements, but they're so basic.
Right.
And it's not very... Like I said, there was one bit where I had to steal this, like an oil cart, like this oil cart thing from this depot. And I must have tried... Because I wanted to do it without being witnessed doing it. Yeah. And it literally is totally impossible. I'm sure somebody has managed it and will correct me on that. But from my experience, it is almost impossible to steal it without being spotted. By or witness doing it. So, I feel like some of the stuff there's no way of doing it without like cleanly. And that was another thing that like on that like one time I did it, I got chased down by some like people from the thing. So even though my wanted level had all gone, they were still chasing me and stuff. So whereas GTA, once you've escaped the wanted level, you're done, aren't you? No one's really chasing you anymore.
Right.
But in this, that doesn't seem to be the case, and that doesn't make it a bad thing. That's just how it is, I guess. But yeah, it's great. Really, really good. I'm very happy with it so far. Mm-hmm. I'm enjoying it, and it is engrossing. And the good measure of a video game for me is, am I thinking about playing it when I'm not playing it? And that would be true. That would be true in this case. I want to play it when I'm not playing it, so that's always a good thing. And that's it for me, really. This week. That is it. That's all I've played.
That's it?
That's it. That's all I've played. I've just played, like, Red Dead 2, like, every time I've got a chance to play games this week. That's what's been in the player.
All right, Antonio, go ahead. You're up.
So I did Extra Life.
That's right. You raised crazy money. Cha-ching.
Not chinny levels, but I raised 300, and I'm happy with that.
That's awesome.
I'm happy with that. And I did Yeah, I'm happy with it. Down from last year, but yeah, oh well. And I had a main theme of horror. That was my theme.
Horror. So what did you play? Talk us through what you went through. So what was the first thing you played?
So I had a power round for a few hours, and we did Obscure, which is an obscure Xbox like co-op horror game. Think Silent Hill or Resident Evil like 1 to 3, but with a friend.
Sorry, I was late with that.
Yeah, it's fine. And it's fine. Like it's in quite a few like underrated lists. Like I've seen them online, and it's fine. Nothing special, but it was hard to find co-op horror games, like incredibly hard. And I had to kind of just lean on, is there a zombie in it? Okay, we'll call it that. So like we tried Left 4 Dead, but it turns out on PC, you can't do co-op unless you do console commands.
Huh.
And I couldn't be asked to do that.
You can't do split screen. You can only do like on separate PCs.
Yeah.
I tried that with Millie to show her Left 4 Dead, and you just could not get it to work.
And even if you do the console command, you can't look up and down, so you got to mess with that. And I was like, I'm not doing this live. What else did we play? We did a bit of Black Ops Zombies, because while he was here, I thought, well, I'll just play something simple that he'll understand. But after that, I kind of used this the chance to play horror games that I never got to play. So the two that stood out were Dead Space and Condemned.
All right, okay. I love Condemned, although it looks a bit clunky these days.
It's definitely clunky these days. It's definitely clunky, but it's still pretty darn fun. I mean, I only played for about 2 hours because between 1 to 6 a.m. when so I had about 20 viewers average, and when it went down to 4, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna play anything to keep me awake now. So I broke the mold there.
Yeah.
But Condemned was good fun for the bit, and I played Dead Space for about 2 hours. Again, good fun, but it's not really good to play something for the first time, I feel, during these kind of events, because your experience is kind of marred by the fact you're drop dead tired.
Yeah.
So is this the first time you've ever played Dead Space?
Yeah.
Really? I'm surprised at that, Antonio. I thought you would have definitely played that before. So what did you think? I mean, obviously the first time you played it, again, it's a fairly old game now. What I noticed, because I bought this again recently when it was in some sale for about £1.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I noticed the most was how flat the backgrounds are, the textures and stuff. Some of the textures are terrible on the background scenery. It does its job, but when you look really closely, you think, wow, I thought this looked amazing when it came out. Now I'm like, it doesn't look as good as I remember.
It does look alright on the PC version, because I sampled that beforehand, but I stuck mainly to console because I did have tech issues. I was listening to the pod before I came here, actually, and Mike mentioned he had tech issues, and I had them as well. There was no sound at some points from my PVR, and I had to fix that live. And there were some annoying tech issues that persisted, but yeah, shit happens. So I stuck to the Xbox version, and it's fine. It's fine. But game-wise, I really enjoyed it. It's really good fun.
Gameplay is like knee shooter or arm shooter.
It's quite natural and as well, and it scares, which I really enjoyed. A lot of it was just me turning around and something was there, which is nice. There wasn't many forced jump scares, if you get my point.
No, one of my favourite bits of Dead Space was just how ominous it was. You know, when you're walking around, you're just waiting for shit to go down because you know
the atmosphere is fantastic.
You know, yeah, brilliant. Something's definitely going to be happening, and I really like the way it led you to your next objective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really great with the light line along the floor and stuff. I thought it did
that really helps.
Especially
especially if you're backtracking a lot. That really helped me.
Yeah.
That really helped me keep the pace going, which is you might have gathered from my Red Dead 2 points. I like a bit of pace in my games. And I decided to slow down the pace quite a bit after that by playing The Walking Dead final season episode 2. Because I thought, it's zombos, and it's got some quite horrific things at times. Like, it'll pass.
That is horror.
It's when playing this, I just got kind of sad because gameplay-wise, this is quite different from the rest of the Telltale games. I say quite different. You can now aim and shoot and stuff, and you can take on zombies actually by going up and hitting them.
What I don't like about what they've implemented in obviously the new one is the canned animations for the insta kill.
One animation.
Oh, it's awful. It's like
one animation
again and again.
Yeah, it is bad for that.
And again.
I mean, if you don't stun them, you get one other one. They're spoiling us here. But I just got
that's the other thing I didn't like, because if you didn't do those canned animation kills, another one would just come out of nowhere and bite your neck off.
Yeah, it happened to me once. But yeah, to go back to the sad point, because I could feel that they're trying to be a bit different, and it's a bit sad they had to go kaput now. If it happened 2 or 3 games ago, I feel they would have had at least somewhat of an increase in turnover, because I really enjoy this, and story-wise, I'm really enjoying this. I am biased. I love Clem. And
we all love Clem.
Who doesn't love Clem?
Oh, yeah. We all love Clem.
I just really like what they've done with Clem, to be honest. And I like the dynamic of AJ, and I like the dynamic you're in right now. So you haven't played it. Basically, you come across a school, and everyone there is Clem's age or below. So I really like that dynamic. And I just like the characters in this season. Can't lie. I'm really enjoying it. There's a good twist actually in it, and someone from season 1 appears.
That's correct.
And I was like, it was quite natural. Before they even said, I was like, oh, it's him or her.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that.
What? Trying to not give spoilers here.
You bet
not. There will be people. I know. Yeah, I'm just trying to think how I can put this.
Maybe you shouldn't.
But. Oh yeah, no, I better not. Because it'll just give it away.
That.
So I better not.
Yeah.
I better not. I'll talk to you afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, since it's now being picked up, hopefully it will get the other 2 episodes, at least before we die, so we can maybe talk about it when it's all fully out.
Yeah, well, interestingly, it's gone very quiet, hasn't it? There's not been really any news on that for probably about the last month or so. So I'm not really sure what's happening, because they've said, it's been picked up. It's Skybound, isn't it? That's picked it up.
Yeah, Robert Kirkman's game company.
Yeah, they've picked it up, but it's been very quiet since there's been nothing released, no sort of information, no nothing. So I'm not entirely sure well, no one's entirely sure, I guess, what's going on, but I guess we'll have to watch this space and hopefully, because the information that was put out there was that episode 3 was more or less done. It was just polishing that it needed. So you'd have thought they'd have they got that out pretty quick, really. Got that one done and out, and then obviously concentrated on the final episode. But that doesn't appear to be the case, and that's not really happened yet. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on.
It's all up in the air, but at least there's a glimmer of hope, because episode 2 ends in quite a nice way, I feel. Like, so you've played it, yeah?
Yeah. What I really like is all of the stuff with AJ and sort of morals and the grey areas between right and wrong in a world like this.
Because there's a great scene in it where he acknowledges that everyone around him, apart from him, knew a world without monsters, as he calls them.
That's right.
And I thought
he was born into it, whereas everybody who's in the school other than him was there before it all went down.
And I really enjoy. I really love those character building scenes where they're all together playing trivial games, like Truth or Dare or cards.
Yeah.
Because that's where the character building happens.
And you're in control of what she says or does.
I got a preference out of the Truth or Dare one, and I really love that because, like I said, you can control Clem, and the character Violet.
Yeah.
I got Clem romantically interested in her, because I liked her as a
character.
Yeah,
I think that happened in my game as well, because you sat on a rooftop, aren't you?
Yeah, I really love that scene where you're stargazing.
Yeah. So there was that. I didn't like the stargazing mini game so much.
No, that dragged. That dragged.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my god, am I really doing dot to dot in a video game?
Yeah, pretty much, but. Luckily, they had, but in case you didn't know, they literally had dot to dot on the thing ready for you in case you didn't know what you were doing. And,
I know, but is that really a great game mechanic, dot to dot?
You don't like dot to dot? That's awesome.
Not in a video game. It's
sure, in a video game. It's like you're there playing dot to dot in real life.
Do have you played Spider-Man, Antonio?
I got a platinum for it. I loved it.
Ugh. But totally honest with me now.
Yeah.
Did you really love the matching up the bloody stuff and the Pipe Mania stuff? And
no.
I hated all that shit. I'm like, why is he making me do this? Hate it.
No, you do have to do this for a platinum. No, you do have to do this for a platinum. Yeah, luckily I could bang them up really quickly because a lot of them are very obvious. But yeah, they drag and they're boring.
They were, and like towards the end, they do get a little bit more complicated, and they do chuck them into the story missions as well that you have to do them, and I'm just like, oh god, do I have to sit here and work this out now? My head hurts and I can't be bothered. And I think that was part of what turned me off to Spider-Man, because apart from all the busy work they make you do, there's all that bullshit as well. Another layer of bullshit on top. I just want to swing around the city and solve crimes, and hit people in the face. I don't want all that stuff.
The main deal breaker for me with Spider-Man was the stealth missions. Like, don't get me wrong, I loved it. I give it like a good 8.59. The stealth missions, apart from one with MJ in Grand Central Station, I think it was. They're all really boring to me. But whatever.
Yeah, they take ages as well, don't they? They're like really lengthy sort of missions as well, because you're having to avoid all the guards and creep around here and creep. Funnily enough, I probably like the Grand Central Station one the best.
Yeah,
I'm the opposite to you. That was my favourite stealth mission.
That's because it was a co-op element in a way that it was MJ was actually doing something apart from knocking over a box or throwing a diversion device. Don't get me wrong though, I love Spider-Man. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, look, I sound like I'm bashing on it all the time, but I did enjoy the gameplay, and I thought the story was okay. I wasn't like it was a very sort of.
It's a superhero film, but again, it
was very standard, but it was fine. There was nothing disagreeable about that. It was just all the other stuff that they felt they had to put in it that was just completely not needed.
Yeah, they had more of that in the DLCs.
Pigeons.
They had more busy work in the DLCs on top of the story.
Yeah, there was so many layers of stuff. I have never seen so many icons on a map at one time. I know that Ubisoft games are very guilty of this in Assassin's Creed and stuff, but I don't think even those had as many icons on a map. It was just ridiculous. You could barely see the map for stuff. It was a crazy amount of stuff on that map. But yeah.
I still loved it, but yeah. But yeah, Walking Dead season, final season, episode 2. Really enjoyed it. Hopefully we see the rest before I pass, because I'd like to see how Clem ends her story.
Yeah, and I do as well, and I think it will happen. I think
One day.
well, it can't not now, can it? You know, they've said it's happening. Let's see when it happens.
One day. Anyway, moving on. Outlast 2 was the kind of I played Mario Kart like for the last half an hour because I had an hour left when I finished Outlast 2, and I was like, let's play Mario Kart because people on the stream were asking for it. But Outlast 2, I waited until the stream to play it because I got it on a sale. Because I played it before it came out at EGX, loved it, but then I heard all these critiques about it. I was like, oh, okay. Because I really like Outlast 1.
It's not very good. Saying it was a bit bad. And, yeah.
I like this a lot more than Outlast 1. So the main critique was the open-ended nature. Yeah, I feel that made it better.
Yeah, I'm a fair way through it. I haven't got to the end yet, but I'm a fair way in.
The end is an experience. It's an experience. Really? Yeah, it's an experience. It's definitely. I was silent for the last like half an hour, which is bad for streaming, but it was mad.
Yeah, it can't be as bad as the whistle. Is it the whistleblower? The DLC? Jesus Christ, that was awful. Like awful in a good way, not like awful as in not very good, but awful in like what the hell?
It's worse in terms of brutality and stuff.
Really? God, I found that really difficult.
Vulgarity, actually brutality as well, but definitely vulgarity as well.
Wow, that's impressive because the whistleblower is really, really bad.
Let's just say they go ham with the religious aspects.
Right. Okay.
I mean, the story isn't that amazing, so I don't know why I'm tiptoeing around it. But I just love it. I love the nature of it. It was such a great game to play after my like 1 to 6 a.m. slump, and it was so great to stream this. I love this game. I absolutely love it. I want to play it again on like the highest difficulty.
Wow, that's a strong endorsement.
I think what's sorry, go on, Duke.
No, I was just saying that's a strong endorsement. That's all.
Yeah, I was going to say what's kind of interesting for me. There are some parallels from playing it with Resident Evil 7. You know, the sort of setting and how you end up there, and there's definitely parallels. I would have said. Definitely
parallels. Yeah. For me, they're quite different in many ways, but that's me because I'm a diehard horror guy. But I really loved it. I loved the pacing of it, and I really did enjoy the open-ended running, because if you say, for example, if you go around in a corridor in Outlast 1, if you do it wrong, you're boned. But I liked there was always a bit of freedom to escape, and I really liked it. Like I like the woman with the big axe that's chasing you at certain parts of the game. She pops up out of nowhere. That's what I love about it. You go around a corner. Oh, okay, I'm not safe. No, I thought I was safe. No, the game at good times really puts you into a false sense of security, and I love that in a good horror game like Silent Hill 1 did that a lot.
Yeah, I remember a part. I'll tell you whereabouts I am in the game. I've just got to almost like it's like a little mini villagey place where I've got to, and you have to get a lift going again with fuses and stuff.
Ah, yes. When I was referencing the false sense of security bit, that's a good example of that.
That's horrible, that level. Horrible.
Yeah, I love that.
And then I remember someone being on fire chasing me or something. I was like, what the hell's going on?
And it's a good length as well, because Outlast 1, I beat first time in about 3 hours, I think. This is first time going 6 hours. Took me to beat that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Much
good.
Better in terms of
how far am I through? Because I've got just past that bit. I think I'm a bit further on from that.
Trying to remember. I want to say over halfway.
Yeah, I feel like I am. I feel like
you're over halfway because it then goes to underground.
Yeah, I haven't got to an underground bit. The last bit I got to where I was headed for the church. Was it for the church? I think it was inside the church, or just gone through the church or around the church or something like that.
But a couple of little improvements that I really enjoyed. They're all about the camera, because do you remember in Outlast 1, it like, if you record a certain important bit, it would write a note saying, I saw this, it was scary, blah, blah, blah. Now it actually records it and logs it. So if you want to go back for your journey and see if you missed something, you can do that. But they added a microphone. So when you're hiding, you can basically listen for a microphone. This camera, my God, if this is real, I need to find this camera. It's amazing. You can basically listen to how close or far away the person is. So you can be lying down in a corner being safe, and you can kind of see how close they are in proximity to you, and then
you can listen through walls and stuff, can't you? Really?
Exactly. This I don't know if it's red or anything, but that is an amazing camera, and I need to find that for my productions. But I really, really enjoyed this game. I personally don't think the critiques are super fair, because like I said, I love the open-ended nature because it gives more possibilities to escaping, and there is a lot more ways to escape this time, which I love.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are problems with it. Like the story's a bit on the nose with the religious aspects. Like it's taken to 100, But yeah, especially in the ending, you'll get what I mean if you play it to the end. So again, like
No, I will do that, but you know me, stuff happens. Got sort of diverted to other games as they've been coming out, you know. And I've still got to get to Yakuza 6. I literally have played that for 2 hours.
I don't know if that would be an easy game to get back into, Outlast 2, thinking about it. I guess you can just get back into it because you don't really need to know the story that much. You're there to save someone.
No, it's remembering the bloody how to run and controls and stuff, because if I remember rightly, the bit I got to, I was being chased and I got killed maybe 3 or 4 times on the trot, and I was like, nah, I'll come back to this. And I think that's why I
about
stopped
6
playing
times, I think, in total. Because it is, there's a good level of challenge to it, and I played just like on normal.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it's the easiest game to play at all.
No, it's also
challenging.
It's not good for your heart as well, because even someone like me, like I got cut about a few times, and the chat was calling me out for that. But I love that. I love when a game can naturally get me, even if it's me just opening the door and someone's there, like, oh no, okay,
sure.
Can I ask you, by the way? Have you played Soma?
No, that was on my list to play.
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
So that will be next. That'll be next to play for me, I think. But it's a bad time for that because so many games are coming out now.
I know.
Like,
Soma was so
Spyro
great.
comes on Tuesday for me. Like, but yeah, Soma's definitely on the list because that looks very, very good.
It's brilliant. It was my game of the year I played that. So good. I love it.
We might be talking about mine in a bit. I'll rush through because I don't want to hog in.
Yeah, shall we have Duke for a bit? Shall we get?
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, go over, Duke. What have you been playing?
Yeah, I've been playing some Rocket League with Antonio. Speak of the devil.
Oh yeah.
I have not gotten back to my diamond rank that I got that one time. I thought I was close.
We will get you there.
Well, whatever. It's okay. A rank is a strange attractor, and it's not. You can't cling to your rank. So
it's a very nice attractor, though.
It is a very nice attractor, and I feel proud that I reached it. I feel confident that I'm headed back eventually, but I'm trying not to fixate on it because I don't know. Whatever. It's hard enough to play and have fun without trying to deal with rank, but whatever. Yeah, I played some more Castles and Kingdoms. I played some more Skyrim, of course. What? And the only other game that I really played, well, actually, there's 2. I was looking around on the store today, and there was this was very early this morning when I woke up way before the Duchess, and there was a game recommended for me because you play, Steam's always like, you play games marked with this and this and this. And so they have one called Maple Story 2.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll take a look. Let's see what's going on here. It's a very cute anime-style MMO. And I thought, oh, that looks adorable. And the combat looks, action-based. So, all right, let's give it a shot. This game kind of sucks. It's so slow. I played it for like an hour. And maybe 10 or 15 minutes of that was actual gameplay, running around fighting people. The rest of it was like these long cutscenes. You couldn't advance the dialogue manually, so you had to wait for it. It's all these like, all the men look like they're 6 and all the women look like they're 4. And, they're supposed to be in charge of this universe or, defending it from darkness, whatever. And it felt weird and bad. I mean, technically it was great, but the way it played was just not great. So I was like, blah. So, Maple Story 2 is free to play, so maybe other people would like it better than me. Maybe I should be more into anime or something, I don't know.
Well, that's a bonus if it's free. At least you can't complain about paying for it.
Yeah, exactly. But I invested some time into it. And I can complain about that. But anyway, I had recently reinstalled Diablo 3 because that's a good game, and I had only gotten, I don't know, maybe halfway done with it. Or not even halfway done. Anyway, so yeah, I started that back up because I was in the mood for a, beat 'em up game. And yeah, Diablo 3 is very good. It requires a whole lot of clicking. I don't know, I mean, obviously the Diablo games from back in the day are known for giving people carpal tunnel syndrome, but I hadn't heard that much about this game. Maybe I should be playing it with a controller, but to be honest, I'm not trying to deal with that, so But it's very well done.
It's interesting, Diablo 3, because they did a demo of the first.
Yeah, you could play the first level. Yeah, exactly.
You could play and it was quite a long time. It was like maybe 2 hours, wasn't it? It was quite a long.
A bit.
to get to the end of the first level. And I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed the game, really liked it. And just never ever picked it up. So I've never played the full game ever.
Yeah.
And I think I would like it if I did it. But the trouble is that it's like if I bought it, I would just be buying it for the sake of buying it. And I would probably never get around to playing it. And that's the problem, isn't it, that we're up against these days.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that, like, there's a reason I haven't gotten a PS4. And it's games like this. Like, I got so many games that I'm enjoying. And would I enjoy Red Dead 2 more? Maybe. But in the meantime, this is, it's a very good game. And I keep getting certain itches. Sometimes I'll get the shooter itch and then I'll play a first-person shooter. And sometimes I'll get the, isometric RPG itch and then I'll play an isometric RPG. Sometimes I get the driving itch and then I got that, Wipeout game or whatever it was called. Cruising, what was it? Back in the day?
Chase Turbo. No, I thought you meant the recent one you played.
Well, no, Chase Turbo. Yeah, Turbo Chase, whatever.
Horizon Chase Turbo or something.
Exactly, something like that. But anyway, yeah. So whatever. I get swept along from, latest thing to latest, or not latest thing, tiny indie game.
I was just going to say you're the opposite.
I'm the opposite. Yeah, exactly. I do not get swept along by the latest. But my latest urge is what I mean. I get swept by one urge to do this. Okay, now I want to play a city builder game. Now I feel like going back to Minecraft. Now I want to go back to Skyrim. And yeah, that doesn't really leave you a lot of wiggle room for, long story-based games. So, someday.
No, it is true. It is true.
I still have Shadow of War installed on my PC. That's 100 gigabytes. And every time I go start up Steam, I'm like, I should play that. Ooh, Rocket League or whatever.
I know. That's your trouble. You're sort of, like your comfort zone, I guess.
Well, yeah, and as I've said before, it's a lot to do with the fact that at school, my brain is pulled in 100 directions at once. And so when I get home, I don't always want to deal with all that. So, yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, one day you'll buy a console again. And
that's right. I'll play Red Dead Redemption in 2 years. Oh, and shout out to Stulek because he just posted a shot of himself holding up Diablo 3 for the Switch, and I said, "Dude," and then I sent a screenshot of having it on my PC, and I was like, "Dude, we're both playing Diablo 3 at the same time. Oh my god!" So shout out to him. Here's what I don't get about Diablo 3. You have these banners. And, every time I finish a level or whatever, it's like, new banner shape unlocked, new banner pattern. Who gives a shit about these banners? What's the point? Is there any value to them? No. That's right. I said no.
No. I know you say that, but then you still go for them, don't you?
Well, I mean, it's not that I go for them or not. It's just that they're just there.
I know, but you say you don't. Are you sort of saying you don't like these things now?
It's not that I don't like them. It's that I know what you're going to say. Rocket League, you spend all the time trading for hats and blah, 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 blah. That's fine. In Rocket League, I can look at my hats. I don't think I've seen my banner like twice when I've been playing Diablo 3. I just don't understand what purpose they serve. So, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Antonio, back to you.
You keep want your bloody platinum rewards and stuff, so don't give me all that bullshit.
I know, but that's because I can have them on my car. This banner is nothing.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, Antonio, what else have you played then? We'll come back to you now.
Let's get a little bit negative, I'm afraid, because Red Dead Redemption 2 was critical, and I'll give it more time.
That's okay. You don't need to apologize.
However,
just,
I will
say
not
your
give
thing.
this game any more time.
Oh,
and that
snap.
game is Fallout 76.
Oh, my God.
F this game. I'm done.
Wait a minute. When did this come out?
Just come out. How long have you had this?
So it had a beta.
Yeah, that's right. I saw you playing the beta, and I was jealous.
She said you could buy just a code on its own. And I thought, I'll buy one for me and my friends. Like £2 each. Go on then. And they give you a lot of time to play the beta. So I played about 15 hours in total.
Damn.
Because it was a good way to catch up with a friend I haven't seen for a long time. And we both were like the only Fallout fans we know.
Oh, shit. It comes out on the 14th? That's this Wednesday. Fuck.
Indeedy.
Anyway, go on. Maybe I won't want to buy it after I hear your review. Go on.
Well, I was just about to say that. Maybe you
depends on what you like about Fallout. If you really enjoy the free roaming aspect, you will have fun because you can do that and you can explore stuff on your own. If you like I like the storytelling for the most part in Fallout.
Yeah.
You won't enjoy this because you only get it through audio logs and you get your missions through either the radio or a computer station.
I see.
What do you mean through the radio? Does the radio go, can you just go and do this?
Well, yeah, that happens in Fallout 3 and 4 New Vegas. So you go on your radio and it says, help, I need help, come over here, blah, blah, blah.
All right,
Yeah,
okay. I
true.
thought you meant as in like just a radio. Like a radio
the
station.
radio. And the radio station, I
okay.
will say, the main one is very good.
No, but it'll be like a distress beacon, like, help, I'm trapped in such and such.
a lot of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
a
No,
lot
I
of them.
get you now. I get you now.
We did have fun. We definitely had fun, but I don't see the longevity in this game, to be honest. Because we were level 5, I think, for the most parts, and we
Yeah.
were taking on level 25s with ease in terms of super mutants and such. It's a very simple game. There's not much going on. It's Bethesda, so there are some bugs, unfortunately. Not too many,
Of
but
course.
yeah. I did have one annoying one where we did a very long quest together. Basically, they're fetch quests or escort missions. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
That is what you are doing. Or finding a dead body and picking something up.
Right.
Those are the missions you're going to get.
And
We
there's
did a
nothing
good-
else. That's literally the missions.
From 15 hours of play, that's all we did.
Wow.
Wow.
That's disappointing.
If someone else can say that they did something better, please tell me, because I'd like to try it. Because I like Fallout, and it's Fallout 4. but
Well,
co-op.
it sounds like this is to Fallout what Elder Scrolls Online is to Skyrim, which is to say, not
Yes.
the same game.
Yes.
And Elder Scrolls Online was pretty disappointing, to be honest. I mean, it's an MMO, right? So if you like MMOs, it's a good MMO, but that's not what I like about Skyrim.
I feel this game started strong because I made my character in Vault 76, I think it is, yeah. And I spawned with people. We left the Vault at the same time, and we just stuck together before my friend got it. And that was really fun. And the exploring part is still fun.
Right.
But you don't really find anything of that's really rewarding.
See, that's the thing.
And-
Exploring in Fallout is meaningful because you find places that haven't been discovered yet. But that's not going to happen here.
And you walk into a place which is brand new to you, and there's already 4 people in there taking on a super mutant or something.
Right.
And with that as well, I didn't have any PvE experience really because everyone there just wanted to play. I
Yeah.
feel. So I can't tell you how that was. If look wise, it's Fallout.
So, but let me ask you this: is it kill on sight? Is everybody going after each other just full throttle?
I didn't have anyone shoot me at all.
Interesting.
I
So-
legit had people come up to me and say, "Oh, hey, how you doing? How'd you find the game?"
Huh,
And it was
interesting.
nice.
But you could have, right? It
and
could
then
be
they
KOS.
shot you in the face.
But it could be
you
kill on
can-
sight, right?
But friendly fire is on though, one thing, and yeah, you
Yeah.
can kill on site, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but there's penalties, isn't there? They built in stuff to try and stop people from doing that because you can't shoot on someone unless they've shot on you to begin with, or something like that, or you've both agreed to.
There is.
I
that,
don't
yeah.
know. There's some
Because
weird stuff, isn't there? That they've
It
tried
was
to
weird because
implement.
I shot. So friendly fire is on. And I shot my pal by accident in the costume of firefight, and he said, "Hold on, I'm taking reduced damage now." I'll do that again. So yeah, he was taking reduced damage because I was hitting him. It was really weird.
That is weird.
But yeah, if you like the character, like finding characters in the world and stuff of Fallout, which I really do,
Yeah.
you're not going to get this at all. You get your missions from bots and
Interesting.
computers.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Hourly events are there
Yeah.
in locations which there was so part of the mission I was doing was next to an event, and that kept getting in our way because everyone was there trying to take on this big thing. And yeah, we did about a 2-hour long quest. We went and gave it in, and I said, "Hold on, I'm still on part 1." And he's like, "Oh, what?" And it was showing on my screen that I was doing it, but the game hasn't been registering it, so we had to do it all over again.
Right.
But now for me.
Huh. That's annoying.
Ooh, yeah. But the thing is, well, you can go and take on level 25 super mutants and all that stuff pretty
Right.
damn easily. We were doing that with no issues. But if you want to use their gear, you can't because it's level bound. So I got like, oh yes, super sledge or whatever the bloody thing it was,
yeah.
level 20. Huh. Well, I'm now going to be using this. Crafting is back in the form of a portable camp. And camp can be used as a fast travel. And I like that
Yeah.
because we both had camps
right.
on the opposite sides of the map.
Yeah.
So we need to get to a certain bit. We could fast travel because there are penalties for fast traveling.
Yeah.
You pay caps.
And is there any
Capture.
danger for you leaving your camp set up? Somebody's going to come along and burn it down or something?
People can come along and use it, but
Yeah.
not any harmful
They
things
can't do
to my
anything harmful.
knowledge.
Interesting. Okay.
And I mean, it didn't go very well the beta, but they could beta test the microtransactions. So yeah, because there are microtransactions. They're all cosmetic.
So let me ask you this: what about because obviously you've not really mentioned this, but there's no VAT system anymore, is there, in the combat?
I don't mind how they've redone VATs. So
Huh.
VAT is basically
Good
time
question.
still continues, but it's a percentage of how likely you're going to hit the person.
Huh.
So I believe you can upgrade it to pick limbs, but from the start, tap LB because I played on Xbox because they got it a week early.
Yeah.
And if I'm up to someone's face, it says you will hit this person. It's basically an auto aim.
Yeah.
Which I think is an all right compromise. Like I think that's the best you're gonna do with VATS in a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
so they've put an element of it in there, but obviously not the full VAT system.
Not the full VATS, and even if you do upgrade it to be able to hit limbs, it's still going on in real time. But I don't mind that. It's the best compromise I think you're gonna get.
Yeah.
It does help as well if you don't want to aim for whatever reason. I mean, gameplay-wise, it's more Fallout, but the main thing I like about Fallout is exploring and finding random characters and
finding
kind of,
random
finding their journey.
storylines. Like that's the thing with Fallout is that you find a random building that's a comic book shop, and suddenly you're in you're at the start of a 1 hour storyline. But that's not going to happen here, is it?
And the best you're going to get from that is finding a note on a corpse, and then you go and pick up what they left behind.
Right,
for example,
right.
I did that twice.
And that's that's the most minor form of storytelling in most Fallout games. For here, it's a major thing. So.
I'll say this much: I have no idea what's going on in the story if there is one. I've played 15 hours with a friend.
Right.
So we pretty much said we'll Fallout ourselves out, and when this goes down to a 5, we'll give it a shot together.
Yeah,
because I feel this will go down quite fast.
That's what I do with
Fallout
ESO, and it's $5 well spent, I suppose. I got a little bit of enjoyment out of it.
I was skeptical going in anyway, and it's not for me. And even diehard Fallout fans I've heard aren't really feeling this game, and they're worried about its lifespan and stuff like that. But it's coming out soon. Give it a try if you want. If you really, really, really like Fallout, but
I'm not gonna buy it day one.
That's the best I can tell you. It's just
I appreciate that feedback.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it. Duke is put off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, because even with friends,
but it's true. Like, sorry, go ahead.
Even so, when the Battle Royale craze started happening, I didn't really have fun solo. Even with Fortnite, which I played with my brothers, I don't find it fun solo.
Yeah.
And I got to like a game on its own and online to properly like it.
Right.
And Fallout on its own, because I did play on my own for a little bit, it's not a Fallout game to me, really. It's Fallout in presentation, but not in feeling. Yeah, unfortunately. Oh well.
I think it's a good thing that I heard that because for some reason, I didn't make the connection between Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online, but it makes perfect sense. They'd be virtually identical. So it's good that I've been able to think about it that way now. So
on the bright side, I'll skip a few games I was going to say. So I own a PlayStation VR.
Someone has to.
I found one for a good deal with some move controllers and such. I thought 200 quid's my limit. 200 quid, cool, I'll get it. And I've mainly been playing Sony first-party games because they know what they're doing, and they're still making them as well. So why not? And did any of you play? So Duke, I'm guessing you haven't, but Stu, did you play the Playroom VR demo?
Yes.
Did you play the little platformer level?
No.
So there was literally a little 10-minute platforming level where you use your. So basically, it's a third person, just a bit further back camera angle. And you're basically guiding a little robot from point A to point B, saving other little bots that have been lost.
Right.
They made that a full game.
That's right. Yeah, because that's the game. What's it called?
Astrobot Rescue Mission.
That's right. Yeah, I got the first bit right. I was about. It would have probably come to me, even though of my old age, where I forget stuff. Old. Yeah, go on.
And I know this is going to sound heresy considering RDR2 is in the talks, but currently, this is my game of the year.
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things. I've heard nothing but great things.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What game is this?
Astrobot Rescue Mission. So it's a PSVR platformer by a Japan studio.
Okay.
So it's first party. I love the soundtrack.
Game of the year. Stunning. Damn. Chinny's probably cursing and ripping his hair out. Red Dead 2, Astrobot Rescue Mission, game of the year.
Well, I would urge Chinny, if he is ever in a place where there's a PSVR, to give this at least a quick shot, because it is one of the best platformers I have ever played.
Wow. And
the reason for that is the use of VR. So the camera is somewhat fixed, so when you move Astrobot to a certain distance, you'll follow along. You're basically overseeing him. You're guiding him through. You're literally holding the PlayStation controller in the world. Because the PlayStation controller can be used for gadgets such as a grapple hook or ninja stars.
Right.
And it's just all the little details I love in this. And the reason I think this is a good use of the PSVR is you can look around and see people behind you. Because sometimes there's a robot that's at the start of the level literally behind you, but you wouldn't notice it if you didn't hear the little audio cues to say, I'm over here. And there have been times where I've like looked deep down to the bottom of the level, and there's just right at the bottom, someone's hiding there waiting for me to save them. That's literally the game. You're like in space with all your other astrobots. It's a platform. Everyone gets lost in space. You got to go and save them. It's that.
Yeah.
I just love the attention to detail and the care in this. I have not stopped smiling whenever I play this game. And it's the perfect VR game for quick and easy going, because I keep my VR plugged in, because that's a lot of cables. I have a lot of cables because of this VR. I will say that much. Ooh, cable management, this is a problem.
Yeah, there is a lot of cables.
And even with the newer model, because I have the newer model, it's still a pain in the bum. But I love this game. This is like this is the killer app for PSVR for me. It's just looks stunning, even on a basic basic PS4. Soundtrack I have found on YouTube, I love it. I think it's a British composer as well, because all the samples are in English. And like proper Cockney British. It's really weird. Well, that is it. The game is weird. But I just love all of its attention to detail, its cuteness. It knows it's silly. It's just really, really fun. It's legitimately the most fun game I've played in years.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. I mean, Beat Saber for the PSVR comes out in is it a couple of weeks from now?
9 days.
Yeah, it's about a couple of weeks, isn't it? From
9
now,
days,
is that going to be a day one purchase for yourself then?
If I didn't get a PSVR, I would have probably bought an Oculus for Beat Saber, because I'm the music rhythm guy, and I played it thankfully thanks to Pete at EGX on a Vive, and that was my first time playing it, that EGX, and it's what I wanted and more. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know whether you heard me talking about this, because obviously my mate's got it on the Vive.
I remember you talking about it this year.
Yeah, but obviously you can get mods that allow you to play licensed music. Now, what they've announced in recent weeks is that they're going to be releasing licensed music packs to go along with the PSVR version of it. But I've no idea what's going to be on those. I don't think they've released any actual details of what tracks are going to be available, with the add-ons, or whether they're available at launch, or whether that's something that's coming down the line. But I think that was the biggest difference, and I said this, and also I'm a bit concerned. Okay. Because having used the PSVR, the motion tracking of the original Move controllers isn't great, in my experience of using it. I've personally
not had many issues with the PSVR controllers.
No, but when you're thinking about it, most games you've probably played using the Move controllers aren't that frantic.
The most frantic one I play is Until Dawn Rush of Blood, I think. That's the most frantic one. And that is a worry, definitely.
Yeah. But even then, you're just aiming guns. With this, it's precise. When you play on the Vive, you know yourself. Yeah. It'll even map how sort of like in the middle of the block you are, and obviously mark you on how close to the center of everything you're hitting. I just feel like it's just not gonna have the same level of accuracy, but I could be wrong.
I am worried about that myself too. I'm worried about myself too, and I have had friends who played the PSVR version of EGX, and they said personally I didn't find it the best, but I have a theory with that. I don't think the PSVRs are perfectly calibrated looking at them, because when you get the PSVR, for some reason there's an extra setting to fully calibrate it, like putting the VR headset near the camera and calibrating every light, same with the controllers, but it's not mandatory. And I feel many people will just skip that. I didn't know that until a YouTuber I watched said it, and that made it a lot better. But I will say this: if I see a good Oculus deal and the PSVR version is dog shit, I might, because my PC can handle it. I feel, and I'll sell my games and stuff.
I've played Beat Saber both on the Oculus and on a Vive, so I've played on both versions.
Okay.
And they're both equally as good as each other. There was very little difference between them, to be fair. And I think they've both got mods available to download extra stuff.
Yeah, I know how to do that. It's basically like Clone Hero, how to get them on, which I have been playing recently as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Beat Saber, I'm super excited for that. Like super excited. And but the thing is, I have quite a lucky little thing here. Because if it's a bit ass on PSVR, for some reason, just literally a week ago, a VR gaming center opened about 2 miles from me.
Oh.
Okay.
And they have student discounts. So if Beat Saber is ass on the PSVR, I might just go and play it there every time I go and see a film.
Yeah, I mean, interestingly, we went to Arcade Club again, and they had it on there on the Oculus, so that's where I played it the second time.
Okay.
But interestingly, there was obviously some people there who were amazing at playing this game, and just watching them play like on ultra difficulty on some of these songs was simply ridiculous.
It's a nice change for me as well, because I don't know if you know my history, but my left hand is kind of just royally messed up because of Guitar Hero, and this is a very nice change for me. And it came naturally to me. Like I played on hard and got the grips of it very fast. I really like its control system. Yeah,
and you've obviously got the sort of rhythm stuff off the pat, and also it scratched that itch without cramping your hand.
Mm-hmm. I have a party trick where I literally move my hand and it cracks. People hate it. Oof. Yeah, Guitar Hero's done that to me. I've been told to cut it down to like once a month, which I've done like now, because it does mess up your hands if you do it like to the level I play, which is the stupid, really silly songs.
Ridiculous level.
Yeah, not normal levels.
I've seen obviously this demonstrated, so I can vouch for the ridiculous nature of how you play it.
Yeah, and you saw that on like a rubbish guitar as well and stuff. Like.
Yeah. It wasn't great.
Nah, but yeah, the Arcade Club was fun though. I enjoyed that. But anyway,
yeah, but like to say, Beat Saber's great. Is that it? Are you done?
That is me. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Very good. Right. Well, we have got a little bit of news, nothing major, but we'll go through a few of these. There's some big stories.
Putting news first.
First one, just a quick bit of news, which I was kind of shocked at. But yeah, the PlayStation Now, the sort of video streaming service that they provide on there. Have you ever tried this, Antonio? Have you tried the demo?
I have, yeah. It's fine. It does its job.
But last quarter it brought in $143 million.
Damn.
Wow. What the hell?
Sorry, by the way, I hate to interrupt, but I forgot to say something about Rocket League. I know that you make fun of me, Stu, for all the, and you make fun of Rocket League for all the different things. Fun of you. The crates and the keys and the decryptors and all that stuff, the seasonal events. You know what I realized recently? I'm really glad they do those things because it means that the game continues to be active. If they didn't have all those events and things, they'd probably be releasing Rocket League 2, Rocket League 3, Rocket League 2019, Rocket League 2020, the way that FIFA and them do. But they don't, and it's because they're making money through crates and stuff. So I'm fine with them doing it that way because it means that, A, they're constantly throwing stuff at me, and B, it means that the game is, I can keep playing the same game I've got now.
See, for one split second there, I thought you was going to say you'd turned a corner and realised that all this stuff is totally pointless.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, video games are.
Yeah, exactly.
They're totally pointless.
Yep. Sorry, carry on.
So, PlayStation Now, $143 million. It's the biggest... Yeah, it's the biggest moneymaker out of everything. So just to give you some comparisons, EA Access in the last quarter brought in $90 million, so that's the second biggest. And Xbox Game Pass was $41 million. So it's the highest subscription service on a console. Who knew? Because I got the impression barely anyone uses this, but I'm totally wrong. So I've no idea
it's
where
not
that
people
market
you
is.
know.
No, obviously, but it's interesting that's happening. Carrying on with PlayStation news, in Chicago, users are going to have to pay a 9% cloud tax soon.
What?
Yeah, so here's the thing. So PlayStation users in Chicago will soon have to pay a 9% cloud tax, as it's being dubbed. Sony issued a warning to users saying that the amusement tax, which is apparently what it's called, begins on the 14th of November, and so we'll collect 9% more from PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now, amongst other PlayStation subscription services. So there you go. So Chicago's 9% cloud tax will be on streaming services like Netflix, Spotify, but it's still facing lawsuits. But at least one company is giving in. Sony PlayStation will start collecting the tax from gamers next week.
Huh, that's so interesting. I hadn't heard of that.
No, right.
No, so I mean, the other interesting thing about this is it only applies to things that stream, so it doesn't apply to anything that's actually downloaded. So the Xbox isn't affected.
I wonder what the rationale is that there's some local infrastructure that's being worn down because of the streaming.
I have no idea.
I mean, it's like I guess you pay a road tax in your gas because you're using roads.
Apparently, it was originally Chicago's amusement tax, which was designed to apply to live events, originally, whatever that is, but has now been successfully extended to include online services. It's the first of its kind in America. Sony has joined companies such as Netflix and Spotify in collecting the tax, but a number of businesses are challenging it on a legal basis. Apple, for example, has lodged a complaint against the city of Chicago over it. It's expected PC, Xbox, and Nintendo customers will be similarly affected pending any legal challenges.
It's so weird. I've never heard of it.
So there you go. So if it's successful in Chicago, who knows what'll happen in the rest of America? They'll maybe roll it out everywhere.
Huh.
Who knows? Make more cash. Everyone's like finding ways to make extra cash. Yeah, Xbox. Talking more Xbox news this time. But Xbox Game Pass is adding PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and 50 more titles to Game Pass, which is pretty big. I've got to say, it's impressive.
They're adding some good games, all like Hellblade and stuff. It's a great service. My little brothers, they have it. And that's all they own is just Game Pass. That helps them.
Yeah, they've got big plans for Game Pass over the coming months. Just to reiterate, by the way, we were talking about the amount of money that PlayStation now is making.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't necessarily mean more people are using it though, because they charge a lot more for that than obviously the other services that we were talking about. So it might just be that they're charging more. It doesn't necessarily mean more people are using it, I guess. But yeah, so PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Agents of Mayhem, Thomas Was Alone, Hellblade. So yeah, Ori and the Blind Forest is being added as well. It's a really good service, I must admit. I love the idea of it, and I love the fact that that this is something that PlayStation should be looking at. But it's never going to happen, is it? I would love this to come on to the PS4. Well, yeah, I guess I can just keep wishing because that ain't happening. The other interesting thing is they've also announced that the Ori and the Will of the Wisps, I don't know, whatever.
I think it's Will of the Wisps.
Will of the Wisps. That's going to be added day one. They're carrying on the day one sort of release and on Game Pass. And they've also announced The Good Life, the sweary game that I've backed on Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming.
Okay.
That's coming on day one as well as an Xbox Game Pass service game. So yeah, it's pretty good. I've got to give props to them, and it's a good value proposition. The price, they've really got the price right, and I do feel like if PlayStation just reduced the price of it now, it would probably get a lot more subscribers. Whether it would make more revenue is anyone's guess. Yeah, Xbox One backwards compatibility is still getting stuff as well. They announced that this has been this XO18 conference thing, hasn't it, this week?
Yeah, they did that in Mexico City, I think.
Yeah. So Final Fantasy 13, brilliant.
Dude.
Civilization Revolution.
Oh, classic.
Is also coming there.
20 years ago.
And Final Fantasy 13 2.
Oh, 2.
Is also going to be on there. So yeah, they're going to be backwards compatible for the Xbox One. So that's really good. They're also adding Xbox One keyboard and mouse support. So that's coming if you want to plug those into your Xbox.
Yes.
So yeah, so quite a few announcements this week. And then there's what else have we got? Oh yeah, the biggest one, I suppose the biggest announcements we should talk about is Crackdown 3 has got a release date. So that's
what's the release date?
I actually met some of the devs at Crackdown recently because I went to like a conference event thing for game development. So I was trying to get some contacts and stuff. And apparently behind the scenes it's been quite rough making that game, according to Sumo Digital, because I got a lot of business cards and stuff.
Huh.
And yeah, apparently it's been quite rough behind the scenes making that.
Yikes.
It doesn't surprise. I mean, this has been going on for 8. I mean, this was originally announced. Is it about 4 years ago now?
I saw it was a near launch title because they were really pushing the power of the cloud. I remember from one of the E3s.
That's right. Yeah, it was the first title that would sort of access the cloud and use that power rather than the power of the console. Have we actually seen that happen with any game yet?
I don't
power
believe
of the cloud thing?
I do not believe so.
I think rather than power of the cloud, I think it was more pie in the sky.
Mm.
Who knew? Yeah, but anyway, it will launch on the 15th day after Valentine's Day. So there you go,
Great way to
people.
spend your
So
day alone.
Yeah.
get a bit of love in on the 14th, and then on the 15th you can like blow shit up. That's it. And they've shown off a fancy new multiplayer gameplay trailer too, which is 2 teams of 5 facing off and blowing shit up. That's basically
I'm just curious at this point. I'm just curious how it's all going to turn out with this game. I'm just curious more than interested.
Terrible. That's exactly how it's going to turn out. Terrible.
You don't know that,
I don't know that.
but
I don't know
probably.
that.
I don't know.
But thanks to Game Pass, I don't have to pay much to find out.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Is this? I'm assuming this is launching day one
So
on Game
all
Pass. as well?
first-party Xbox games come onto Game Pass on
Yeah.
release.
Interesting.
So that's how I
Yeah.
played Forza Horizon 4, for example.
So yeah, so it'll be decent for you because even if it's shit, you won't have like splashed any cash to play it.
Yes.
There you go. That was made sense. Right, let me have a look. Is there anything else to talk about? We should talk
Nope.
about.
That's it.
Yes, let me shut up. I'm having a look. Hold up. Hold your fucking horses right there, you. Yeah, there is a story saying that PS4 is gonna get PUBG in December apparently. So not too long away. If that's true.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! So yeah, so PUBG will be everywhere there. So there might have been some time limited thing with Xbox, but that's possibly up now. And that's it. I think that's it. No more news. That's probably covered just about everything that was.
You're welcome, news junkies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we should do some emails, I guess.
I guess.
Whoa, that ruled.
Okay, we've got loads of emails this evening, so we'll get
Okay.
through these as quickly as we can.
Yes.
So yeah, the first email is from Brian.
Brian.
Hello!
Brian
Hello.
Bryanson. No, it's not Brian Bryanson.
Yeah.
And we haven't had one off. Hello, Brian Bryanson. Yeah, we haven't had one of those for a long time. Anyway, he says this. He says, "Hi, chaps. How are you all?"
Hello. I'm good.
I'm doing alright.
Kind of tired.
Kind of tired. First time emailer, long time listener. I like it when we get a first time emailer in. That's always good. Anyway, this is what he says. Never really been sure what to say, but I do have a question or topic for you this week.
Sweet. Now that we got done with all that news.
Yeah, all that news. Why do you think there are not more strategy games like Total War series on consoles?
The controller.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's the controller.
Yeah.
Because you can get it well, like Halo Wars, I think, did it all right, but
Right.
it takes quite a lot of optimization to make it run good on a
Well,
controller
that's the
and
thing, is
feel
right,
okay.
and it makes more sense to design it from the ground up for the console rather than
But
trying
with
to.
mouse and keyboard support on Xbox One.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna use
well,
that.
the PS, let's be honest, the PS4 already has that, doesn't it?
But
You
nobody
can already-
uses it.
But no one uses, and this is true. I mean, he does carry on and say, "I've heard, never tried that these current consoles can use a keyboard and mouse. So
Nobody
why not
uses
more
it.
of these types of
No.
games?" I think there's two reasons, and I don't want to sound like I'm being like PC elitist here, because I'm not, because I don't play PC games, that sort of game anyway. But I feel that sort of these types of strategy games are more PC centric to begin with anyway, and less console
But why?
centric. I just think that the player base is different. I think the people
I see what you're
who
saying. Yeah, that's
who
fair.
play these types of games want all that sort of macros and control.
Well,
that you get
exactly,
with the
and I think it's a
keyboard.
cyclical thing. Like with people who have PCs are more likely to play these games. There's more for them on the PC, so they're gonna, gravitate toward that platform. But I also think that, Civilization Revolution was a good version of the Civilization games. It's stripped down, but it's still well done, and it worked well on the console because it was built for it. Halo Wars is a good RTS because it was built for the console. I think you can do it. It's just that, people generally want more action-type games on the console.
Yeah, I do agree, and I think it's a demographic of people who are playing on consoles as well.
Yeah.
They just are, and this is the other issue because that sort of people don't necessarily pick up those types of games and play them on a console. Then developers aren't going to invest that money and time and effort to either A, map it to a controller, or B, do a port at all really to the console.
Yeah.
They're just not going to spend the time and money because the the sort of reward for doing that, and the sort of profit they're going to make will be either minuscule or not a profit at all. They might invest all that money, making a decent port for a console, and it might not make them any cash at all. They might lose money on doing it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's one thing when Halo Wars had its own IP, right? Civilization has a pedigree, right? People know Civilization. So when the Civilization Revolution comes, I don't know if it did well or not as a game, but certainly when it comes out, people have heard of Civilization before. If you came out with, Town Strat, people are going to be like, what the hell is that? I'm not taking any gamble on that. Whereas with Halo Wars, they're like, oh, I love Halo. Okay, I'll give it a try.
I mean, the one he's out, Total War, is a massive strategy series on PC, isn't it? I mean, that's huge.
And
not...
I could see them doing a stripped-down version for a console of that. But they did. No, they did Shogun. That was on the Xbox 360. One of the Shogun games. And again, it was a very stripped-down version of it, which it was a lot of fun for me. I liked it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So yeah, I mean, I think that probably answers it, and that's probably the reason that it doesn't happen. Yeah, he said, unfortunately, he's one of those types of people who can't afford a jazzy PC that can run some of these types of games.
But you know what? I'm sorry, hang on a second. I understand what you're saying, and money's tight. Yeah, that's frustrating. But on the other hand, you could get, PC gamers like me are always upgrading their shit. So you could find a slightly older PC or, a used laptop or something and get some of the older games from a few years ago. Go to GOG.com. They've got loads of strategy games, and you could get an outdated PC. It's kind of frustrating to have outdated machinery, but on the other hand, there's a lot of games out there for it. So that's an option.
I love the fact that Duke sat there going, oh, well, if you're a PC gamer like me who upgrades my PC all the time, if someone had said to me 10 years ago, you would utter that sentence, I would have gone,
exactly.
You having a laugh?
I'd punch me in the mouth.
I would just be like, that is never happening. But who knew? Times change, I guess.
Yeah.
Times change.
People change.
Yeah, and he also just wondered if there would even be a market for them with people in a similar position. And I guess we've kind of answered that as well.
Yes, we have. Next email. Thank you.
Anyway, whoa. He's signing out. Let him finish his email.
I'm in such a big rush.
Shut up. Hope that makes sense. And feel free to cut bits out if it doesn't. Love the show. Look forward to it each week. Thanks, Brian.
It makes sense. We love you. Thanks for writing in.
We love you, Brian.
I'm sure Chinny would say thank you too, but I'm here instead, so thank you.
Thank you.
Anyway, next email is off Peter Robson, and he's entitled this email Rockstar.
Rockstar.
Good evening, veterans.
Hello.
Good day.
I'm currently playing Red Dead 2.
Yeah, rub it in.
Normally, Rockstar make games I cannot fault, but alas, it seems they have finally made a misstep.
Damn, everybody's talking shit about Red Dead 2 on here.
I know. Murdering your way across the Wild West and finding new ways to kill people is all part of the game. Decapitating corpses, lying blood-soaked streets, women tied to train tracks awaiting their fate is all classified as fair game. But naming my horse Flange Puppet for my own childish amusement is not allowed on the grounds that flange is an offensive word.
Really?
This company came up with Trevor Phillips as a character. Fuck you, Rockstar. I'm mildly irritated by your arrogance. Thanks as always, Peter.
Well, according to UrbanDictionary.com, it is a term used for describing non-desirable vaginas, except that the person spelled it desirable vaginas.
I guess.
As in, would you close your legs, please? I can smell your rancid flange from here.
Brilliant. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that, Duke.
Yeah.
Thank you, yes. No, I think, I'm guessing the problem is that your horse will carry over into the multiplayer when that finally comes online. And I'm guessing they're worried that people are going to be offended by the word flange puppet.
I guess, but it's an 18+. So like...
It is a bit of a weird
but online
decision
interactions are not rated by the ESRB. I thought you knew.
I think it's a bit weird. I'm in total agreement with him. I think it's a bit weird that was a company like Rockstar with like you said, an 18 rated or R rated game in America is censoring what people can call a horse.
Guess so.
I mean,
is that really a game breaker? I mean, damn, if it is, but that just seems like kind of a weird thing.
I think there's a bit of toxic
game
The mildly annoyed bit kind of gave it away.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still a little bit, no, but whatever.
It is a bit weird. It's
I have to
just
rethink my
weird,
plans when I want to call it Quim, but oh well.
Yeah, you'll have to try and call your horse Mighty Quim or something. See what happens.
I'll try.
Yeah, or Flaccid Penis. So you try that one. You see,
Yeah.
we don't want to be appear sexist. Let's have one for each sexer. Yeah, or Pokey Cock. Try that. See what happens. Right. Well, thank you, Peter, for providing with that information on Red Dead that we weren't aware of. And yeah, I'm gonna go and call my horse Cheesy Knobend.
Okay. Thanks for that.
That's okay. Right, okay. The next email is of Derek Sands.
Derek Sands, where's your speak pipe, buddy?
Can I just say it's rather relevant that Antonio is here?
Hey.
Because Derek has got a little bit of beef. Tasty beef. And he says this: "Hello again, veteran gamers.
Hello.
I'm going to start off with some fine praise for your very great podcast.
Thank you.
And the Boss Wave. But giving the entertainers...
No, just us. It's not okay if it's both of us.
Yeah, I guess. But giving the entertainers a little bit of light griefing.
Oh, snap.
Go for it.
I know Duke's Rocket League buddy Antonio usually listens each Sunday, so... Well, he's actually on, so it doesn't matter. So if he's listening, I'm sure he will give an appropriate response where you can give a live response. Hopefully not of the two-fingered variety.
It'd be one, but sure.
It'd be one. And by the way, Antonio, happy 21st birthday for last week. You're a scholar.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was on extra.
I just find it ridiculous that you're 21.
You say that it's your birthday time to skank it up hard. Choke a cop with your panties.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's the weirdest clip you've got. Obviously, the Veteran Gamers is the gold standard by which all of the video game podcasts should be measured. I totally agree.
Nope.
But after this year's EGX, I thought I would send off some emails and speed pipes to the Boss Wave and the Entertain Nerds. That way, I thought, well, I can get my particular brand of nonsense out there 3 times as quickly as before. So far, the Boss Wave crew have surged ahead in the how can we be as good as a Veteran Gamers race with the Entertain Nerds trailing badly. My 3 speak pipes and 2 emails sent to the Boss Wave have all used.
If it's about that, I have nothing to do with that, Kyle.
Wait.
Okay.
Hold off.
Okay, I apologize.
Have all been used, but I've heard nothing about the 1 speed pipe and the 1 email sent to the Entertain Nerds. After listening to the latest Entertain Nerds episode earlier this week, I get the impression that their speed pipes and emails may not be getting checked at all. A rookie error by which I'm sure the Veteran Gamers are never guilty of. Totally true. Actually, that's not true. I do miss the odd one if I just happen to miss putting it into my show emails. Anyway, I think that any podcast should always assume they are getting at least a few new listeners every week who might want to contact them in other ways than Twitter. Something which I've never subscribed to. Anyway, I got to wondering if the Veteran Gamers ever send speak pipes or emails to any other podcast, or are you content to sit back and bask in the warm glow of the adoration of your millions of listeners?
He's asking if we have done that as individuals or if we as a show have sent
Yeah, I think as individuals.
There was a time when I was writing into the Over 35s like every week. Not Over 35s, Overseas Connection, I mean.
Really? To our own show?
Who knew? To our own show. I was pretending to be a guy named Jason Gallar. Oh, wait. No, to the Overseas Connection. Over got me twisted. Yeah, I remember there was, it was a good time when I was writing in all the time, and I should still do it, but I'm feeling overwhelmed with everything lately, and
Well, we're just lazy. Just be honest,
we're
just
pretty lazy. Yeah, it's kind of what it is.
Yeah. I have done it very occasionally, but no, it's not something I kind of do, which is weird, but I just don't really do it. I suppose. Right. Anyway, Antonio, enough of all that bollocks. What have you got to say for yourself?
It's nothing to do with me, mate. I'm not an OG entertainer. I was weird. So I was going through Podbean early today because I've taken a break.
Whoa. You're on the show. You can have an input. You can say, what's going on? Why are we not reading this email?
No, that's very fair. And I'll forward that to the right accountant. We'll get there for you. But, yeah, it's nothing to do with me. I'm afraid Kyle is the big boss that does it all. I just turn up.
So you're saying did Cal go, not reading that shit out?
I think it's just an assumption that we don't get any, but that will change, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I don't do it, and I get all my social things from Twitter, so I don't know. But you are right. You are definitely right. But I don't know. I guess because we haven't really had many before on the entertainers. Like I said, I was going through Podbean early today because I've taken a break from Yap for a bit, and I'm just like scrolling down out of curiosity for my history of podcasts. And it was like a year and a half ago I joined the entertainers just on a whim, and I just stuck around, I guess. And I still have that kind of credentials. So I just turn up, I stream it now, and that's it. That's all I do. But thanks for the cross promotion, I guess. Via an email.
Cross promotion and telling off.
Yeah, well, no podcast is perfect. Now new listeners, if they come from the entertainers, from this show to the entertainers, they'll know not to expect greatness, or they'll have very low expectations, and they should hopefully be impressed.
Keep them low, people. Keep them low.
Exactly. That's how I've got this far in my life. I've just low expectations, and then still disappoint people. But you still get somewhere. I'm on here again somehow. So yeah.
There you go. Right. Okay.
You are fair in your critique, sir. Thank you very much for the email and critique.
Very fair. Finally, after reading about the new movie Windows, I have decided to theme next week's SpeakPipe movie quiz around movies with a mainly female cast.
Nice.
Widows. The film's Widows, not Windows.
Is it good?
Oh, sorry, it's me misreading it. Ha ha.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to see that. It has the doctor from Solaris in it.
He has written it correctly. It's me who read it wrong. So, Derek, it isn't a typo on your part. It is me reading it wrong.
To be fair, I'd rather have a quiz about Windows.
Yeah, Windows. Right, let's have a quiz about Windows.
What's the most popular film? Window? Rear Window? Okay. Cool.
Rear Window, yeah.
End the quiz. End the quiz.
I can tell the veteran gamers are chick flick experts, so I'm sure you'll breeze through.
There's plenty of good movies with mostly female cast. You don't gotta be pigeonholing them as chick flicks.
No, they're not necessarily chick flicks. Yeah. Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, there you
chick
go.
flick, is it?
Ocean's 8, the new Ghostbusters. Set It Off.
Too bad example.
What?
Kill.
Wait, shut up, Stu. What did you say, Antonio?
I didn't enjoy those two films personally, but...
The hell? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, the new Ghostbusters was a bit pants, weren't it?
What are you talking about? It was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. Damn, full of haters.
Is this because you just don't want to sound sexist, like you're all female?
No,
because I'm super sexist. Apparently.
Yeah, it is. It's because you're sexist. That's what it is, Antonio. It's super sexist.
It sounds like me think the lady doth protest too much. You jumping right to that. I just think you have bad taste in movies is all. Just like you have bad taste in Red Dead games. And you don't like Spider-Man, Stu. I hate all of you.
Time for me to finish off that bit of beef, Derek.
Mate, you've made us have beef in the show.
I know, right? That's all you've done is beef.
Exactly. Right, okay. Next one is off Undead Kerber. And...
Kill everybody. Did Gaga just say kill everybody? Gaga, cute name.
He says this. Hello, veterans.
Hello.
Good evening.
I hope you've had a good week because, wow, what a great week I've had. GCSE mocks all week. Oh, yeah, I remember Millie going through all this last year. She was stressed up to her eyeballs about it all. So not really much time to play any games, but this weekend I picked up Frontline's Fuels of War for the Xbox.
Oh, what a classic game. The multiplayer on that was good back in the day.
Yeah, but who's playing that now?
Of course, nobody.
Nobody. I thought it would be another rubbish FPS from years ago, but it actually turned out to be a great game for the price. Yeah, it's good.
I don't know if I'd say it's great.
Well, he probably only paid about £1 for it, didn't he? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's pretty good for that price, I suppose.
Pretty good for the price. Nobody really... He did say for the price, to be fair. Nobody really plays online anymore.
No. What do you mean nobody really plays? Is there anybody on it?
I would be interested. Now, there might be one or two people.
You could have a one-on-one game.
I was in matchmaking for 3 hours. And eventually we had 4 people.
Wait, is that really in his email? No. I was going to say, damn, that's commitment, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but the campaign, although short, is worth playing.
See, sorry, hang on a second. I have to say this. This is why every multiplayer game needs bots. Because people have a right to experience the coolness of that game. Just like if somebody wants to play Section 8 today, they can play it and play with bots. And it's not exactly the same as playing with real people, but you still get a taste of what that game is like. And they shouldn't be depriving people of that experience from other games. End of rant.
Definitely. No, definitely, you're right.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
So
the Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So Ghostbusters.
Are you trying to get a rise out of me, Agent Kuyan?
Agent Guillaume.
We'll do it on Gabbing About. Another plug.
So I played that and finished GTA 5 off today.
Okay.
Not much to say there. I remembered I completed GTA 4 a couple of months ago, but never gave my verdict.
Give it now.
It was a great game.
Yay!
But it would be difficult to go back to it after GTA 5, where you have mission checkpoints.
Yes. True.
Yeah. One of the reasons it took me so long to complete I remember that's why I stopped playing it. Because I got to a point where I kept getting killed on the same mission, and then like nearly get to the end of it, and then get killed, and like you had to start the whole mission from the beginning again. It was awful.
Yeah.
They added in the checkpoints when they did the expansions, the Ballad of Gay Tony, didn't they? And the Lost and the Damned.
Yes.
They added mid-mission checkpoints into that, so it was a lot better.
Yeah.
It was a lot better. But yeah, that was one of the killers, really. Plus, towards the end, I thought the story dragged on a little bit too long. A bit like this email. Overall, I enjoyed it, but it does feel a bit dated. So, time for the big question. Last week's was the best yet, although how Duke got into the Flint River, I can't remember.
God damn it, it's because somebody was giving me a bollocking because it said, they were like, oh, East Timor, blah. Why you gotta spend money over there instead of just helping things, fixing America first?
That's true. That's true.
But it's not. I mean, to be fair, this whole America first thing is. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of things that need fixing in the U.S., and I agree with whoever said that. So that's why I said yes, we should fix the Flint. Get Flint clean water. But capital D, the Chicago rapper said, "My father taught me, kid being man, protect your family. But what if my family is all of humanity?"
Wow, that's
so
deep. It's deep, Duke.
Exactly.
It's deep. Anyway, he's gone for a political question this week, not gaming related at all.
Here we go.
If you were given the ownership of all of the oil industry, what would you do? Would you keep production going or stop it completely?
Yep.
Yeah, but what would you do with cars then? Well, how would you get around, man?
Electric cars, like the one I have. Hello.
Yeah, but where does that electric come from?
Solar.
Not all of it.
All of my car's power comes from solar.
Does it?
Yes.
Does it though?
Yes, it does though. Hang on a second. The Duchess is screeching at me from the next.
Oh, hey ho!
Not this time of year though.
Question to ask this with. Holy crap!
You don't have enough sun this time of year, she says. All right, so some of it comes from whale oil.
Oh, are you sure it's whale oil?
No, it's not whale oil. I'm joking.
It's not whale oil, is it? So yeah, some of your electric will come from an oil.
But I'm saying though, here's the thing. Look, we need to save our civilization by using less energy. A, B, transitioning to renewables, wind power, put solar panels on every roof and every parking lot, and I mean, there's so much space. Everyone's like, solar power won't do enough. Solar power won't do enough. Well, let's start by trying, shall we? Jesus Christ! Everyone's so convinced that there's no point in even trying to save the planet. Like, our kids are just gonna live in bubbles.
Jesus Christ, Duke! You ever been to the UK? You have.
Yes.
Most of the time it's cloudy here. We don't even fucking get the sunshine. What is the matter with you?
Somewhere down at 4 p.m. today for me.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you live in friggin', the Arctic Circle, 6 months of the year you get no sunshine at all. What are them poor buggers gonna do?
Well, that's why we use wind power there.
What if it's not windy?
It's some magical weather where it's not windy, it's not sunny, it's no water for hydroelectric.
They won't be able to live anywhere because there'll be fucking windmills everywhere. There'll be no room to build any houses or anything. There'll just be a whole country of windmills. They'll have to live in a windmill. What's the matter with you?
Moving on.
You thought about that before, haven't you?
Oh my god. Anyway. Oh dear me. Anyway, where was I? I can't even remember. Anyway, we have.
The question about oil. Oh,
yeah, sorry, that was off Lewis. It's because what he's done is clumped 2 emails together, which is a bit weird. Okay. That was off Lewis. This next one's off.
I'm the worst person asked about oil. I got no comment, I'm afraid, because I don't know much about the oil industry.
You call yourself an American? That doesn't matter. You should just have an opinion anyway.
Yeah, we're lucky where I live. We're lucky where I live because it just started fracking. Great. And guess what, dude? Guess what's happened already?
A lot of people's water is flammable now.
No,
Well,
no,
probably.
not that, no.
What?
But we have had 3 small earthquakes.
Oh, what a
as the
shock.
result
You're
of
welcome.
the fracking.
You're
I mean,
welcome.
don't get me wrong. They've only been little, but big enough to halt them doing it. Like one was
Good. Hey,
0.9.
see, that's the difference between you and me. You have this horrible experience, and you go, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't do this stupid thing that's causing the Earth to crush.
No, they've
crumble.
put very strict controls in. So what they've done is they've got all these ground sensors and all this bollocks. And if it's anything over 0.5, a tremor, then they have to stop doing it.
Forever, or just until the tremors stop?
No, for 24 hours. So
Oh,
they're not
see,
allowed to
that's
do any more
just-
fracking for 24
come on.
hours.
Hey.
So, anyway, but they did get the first lot of shale gas out last week or something, and everybody's water's now flammable.
Yes.
It isn't. No,
There
it
you
isn't. Okay. The next email is off Undead Kerber, and he says this. Hey, veterans.
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, hope you're all having a good week. I was listening to the previous episode and was surprised when you talked about Moonwalk.
Sweet.
Great game. Or is it Moonwalk or Moonwalker? I don't know.
Moonwalker. I think
Moonwalker.
you're on about.
Moonwalker.
Michael Jackson.
Anyway.
That game.
Whichever. Great game, but not sure whether the developer was an MJ fan or not. Due to the aim of the game being to save 3 toddlers in each level.
Yeah.
And when you save one of them, they say, Michael, like a damsel in distress. Bit close to the mark as it happens years later. But was a lot of fun, especially 2-player mode. Anyway, my question for you guys is Red Dead 2 getting a lot of attention? Sorry, that doesn't make any sense. Let me try again. Anyway, my question for you guys is this. Red Dead 2 is getting a lot of attention. That makes more sense. That's me, again, misreading. If you lived in this universe and could choose any 5 game characters from any other game to be part of your gang, who would it be?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
So,
It felt like a
okay,
very
fine.
long build-up.
Anyway, the question for you guys is this: like Red Dead 2 is getting a lot of attention. If you lived in Red Dead Redemption 2, if you were living in that time and universe,
Right.
and you could choose any other 5 game characters from any other game to be part of the gang, who would it be? Who would you choose to be in your gang from other
I gotcha.
games?
Well, Gladys.
Okay. Doesn't.
Um,
How would Gladys get around
we
in Red
put,
Dead 2?
put her on a little, I don't know, make a little chair for her or something. I don't know. Give her a jetpack. Clamp her to a jetpack of some kind. I don't know.
Jetpack.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Who else do I want?
I would
Eco?
like a car
I'd
from
want
Rocket
Eco.
League to get around.
You what?
I like a car from Rocket League to get around. 'cause
Well,
these
yeah,
force
exactly.
controls are
That's a
annoying me.
character. Eco. Actually, I want
Oh,
Yorda.
come-
Yorda's
Come
no.
on, Antonio. I know that they're getting into the industrial revolution in Red Dead 2, but they're not going to have Rocket League cars.
Hey.
are they?
Oh yeah, but Gladys makes a lot of
And it's
sense.
not a character.
Go get whatever.
Yeah, I
Stuff
relate
yourself.
to the Rocket League car more than any character in
Of
that game.
It's
course you
fine.
do.
Shut up and stop
Me
putting
and my car have
stupid
been on
limits
some
on these
journey.
fantastical
Jesus.
questions for us.
What, round the pitch for about a friggin' few hours? That's not going on a journey. You're only going from one end to the other.
I'll take Boone from Fallout New Vegas because he's cool.
That's a good shout.
And one more is who else do I want? I want someone from Mass Effect. Jack. Jack's cool. I'll take Jack from Mass Effect. Oh no, Morrigan from Dragon Age Origins. Oh, Morrigan.
Oh, God, have you still not got over that?
She's so awesome.
Ugh, she broke your heart, man.
It doesn't matter. I forgive her. She just didn't
Jesus
know what was
Christ.
going on.
Exactly. So, Antonio, what about you? So, what 5 video game characters would you take with
Are
you?
we talking just solely video games or just?
He
like...
said video games. Don't try and make it any different.
Naruto's from a
Okay.
video game, though.
I was gonna say BMO because from one Adventure Time game, so I want a game to play while I'm there. I'm just looking at my game list, trying to think who I'd have. I definitely have someone from Resident Evil for some protection. Give me a Jill Valentine. Need some protection and some good conversations about Jill
Okay.
sandwiches and such. Give me
Alright.
Garrus and Thane. I know it's the same game, but shush. Because again, they're lovely. I love them. Give me a Clementine. Give me a Clementine.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
Give me a Clementine. And one more. Give me a second. Don't know. Who would I have? Who would I have? I don't know.
Who would you
I'm stuck on the
have?
5th one. I don't know. It's a problem when I don't play many story-based games. Bollocks. I don't know. Give me a pea shooter from Plants vs Zombies. I want a unique weapon to scare everyone because they haven't seen a car yet. Imagine if they see a pea shooter that's shooting. That'd be pea shooter. Give me a pea shooter.
A what?
A pea shooter. You know the plant from Plants vs Zombies, the one that.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I don't need a guard. I don't need a guard dog. A pea shooter will scare everyone away. On my camp.
Right. Okay.
It's unique.
Yes.
Give me that.
It is unique.
Yes. Right. I would
my
have
Steam list. I couldn't see much.
Yeah, I would have Gordon Freeman.
I knew you were going to say that.
Of course I'm going to say that. Why wouldn't I? Gordon Freeman. Who else would I have? I'd have Kiryu. Is it Kiryu?
Oh, Kiryu. Yeah, that is a good show, yeah.
I have Kiryu because he's fucking badass.
Who's that? What are you talking about?
Kiryu's the guy from Yakuza.
From the Yakuza series.
Christ.
He was
finally got
literally...
someone to do your nerd things with.
Yeah. He would kick the shit out of everybody. I would have Cole from Infamous.
Yeah,
because
he's cool.
You know he's got lightning shooting out of his hands and stuff. He'd be pretty good. Who else would I have? I'm trying to think who else I would have. Jesus Christ, it's trying to think, isn't it?
Yes, it's trying to think on the spot because Kiryu I didn't even think about.
Yeah, but you see, I'm just relating to stuff. Oh, of course, I know who I'd have. Bayonetta.
Oh God.
Because she's a badass. Again, I'm just thinking of people who are badass fighting. Why wouldn't you? I guess. How many have I done? Have I done 4 yet? I can't even remember. Who else would I have? Kratos. Kratos. I would have a badass. I mean, that's a badass group right there. That's going to kick the shit out of everybody.
I prefer my pea shooter. It would protect me.
Are you just going to set that up in camp, are you?
Well, yeah, it'd be an interesting companion as well to try and talk to.
Well, yeah, I can't think of anyone else. I think that's 5. I think we've got 5 there. Yeah, so we'll call it that. So I think that's really good. Let's have a look. He's at the end of his email. He says, he says who's his would be. His would be Master Chief.
Yeah.
Bird from Gears. Dante from DMC. Leon from Resident Evil. And Snake from Metal Gear.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's a good group. I think they're all pretty good. They're all badass. Anyway, it says, have a great week, guys. Soon many games will be coming out over the next 2 months and such little time to play.
Indeed.
So there you go. Undead Kerber, thank you. And we have one more.
Damn, it's crazy email night.
I know, yeah, and it's from Jessica. Okay, he says this. He says the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hey, veterans. As a veteran myself, I had a great day. In Texas, some restaurants offer free perks on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
I got free tacos at El Fenix, a free coffee at Starbucks, and a free haircut, yet somehow spent $50 at El Fenix. $10 at Starbucks and $10 for a tip for the haircut. Nothing is free. Not even this review I'm about to provide.
Oh, wait, before you do that.
Oh, best $8 I ever spent.
Walter, your grandpa's on the phone. He wants to wish you a happy birthday.
Isn't that nice? Take a message. Right now, I'm off to hit 46 local merchants for free birthday goods and services.
Free birthday Sunday.
My free birthday Sunday.
Eat it and get out.
I thought of a random possible clip.
Yeah, just before you go on, can I just say, I yet again read something wrong, because in my head I saw Valentine's Day and it was actually Veterans Day, so I have no idea why I said that. Veterans Day, people, just to correct myself.
Yes. I thought, before you go on, I was watching Simpsons recently. I found a very random clip that I might send to you. Do you remember the bit when Herb is showing Homer the drinking bird?
It's drinking the water!
Yeah. Next time someone's amazed at something you don't care about, just play that. Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Anyway, the cost is your time and patience for my ranting opinion of internet opinions. One website complained that Red Dead is good, but the idea of making people work overtime to make it good makes it a bad experience. So he's talking about the crunch thing and sort of people having to put in multiple hours just to make it good.
Yeah.
Suck it, idiots. It's my review of Their Opinion.
Yeah.
I've worked overtime every day of my life and most definitely not in some posh studio. Trust me, them dudes get big-ass bonuses. One podcast complained they bought the game and played it, but is dumb because it has cowboys in it. My review of Their Opinion is, shut the fuck up, idiots. My next review is for Pilchard at the Boss Wave, and I'm calling him out because I love him. I don't want to do it. With him, I just appreciate him as a podcaster. He said the game was a steaming pile of shit.
Damn.
My review of his opinion is this. Pilchard, go to the barn in first person and crouch down to your horse's balls. Now sing aloud, do you want me to build a snowman, not just any snowman? Just the weirdest thing.
Well, thank you.
So Pilchard apparently doesn't like this game.
Apparently not.
There you go. Look, some people complain about the controls, but honestly, if you take a minute to learn the systems, then you won't have as many complaints.
And speaking of birthday things from The Simpsons...
Well, this could be fun. Let's watch it.
This is Lisa's birthday.
Howdy, partners. My name is Sheriff
Lisa Simpson.
I sure am hungry for my favorite food.
McNuggets.
I don't like McNuggets. I'm a vegetarian.
Do? And you're not going to like your other present.
Why, it's my best friend.
Maggie!
Huh?
Bad news, Sheriff.
Lisa Simpson.
Some Indians took all the...
McNuggets. McNuggets.
Hang on.
I'll get those no-good Indians. Just as sure as my favorite book is...
Magazine.
Classic.
Brilliant.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Anyway, Red Dead Redemption 2, as I said last week, is the best video game ever made.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how actually wonderful and fascinating it is. Nothing can touch it. Hey, Boss Wavers, if you're listening, if you're looking for Pilchard, he's probably in the barn with his horse, now guaranteed to be his game of the year. Me, I'll be riding the horse that rescued me from a grizzly bear attack when I was on my way to take a bath after getting mud all over myself trying to hunt down an owl that I heard hooting across the campgrounds. Yep, I'll be singing at the top of my lungs and to myself concerning my thoughts on internet opinions. Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go.
If you have yet to play Red Dead Redemption 2, you are missing out on so many adventures written or made up all on your own. I hope you experience some soon. Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. So yeah, good old Jason.
Good old Jason. What up, Jason?
I get you. Interesting. Louis has just added a quick email onto the email that he sent us. He said, okay, I'm listening live. The question wasn't meant to be political. It was related to Game Frontlines because it's all about the war over oil.
Duh.
Yeah, we just applied it to a real world scenario, which is fine. It's fine, but thank you for clarifying that. That's fine. We don't mind political. Duke loves political questions, so it's all good. It's all good. And that's it for emails. So thank you to everybody this week that's emailed in. And keep them coming for next week. We like the emails. Keep them coming. And that's kind of it. We do need to do some shout-outs and get the hell out of here.
All right. Let's do some shout-outs.
It's time for a shout-out. Hey!
Shout-out! I'll kick off this week because I usually get other people. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. So first of all, happy birthday, Antonio!
Yay!
Thank you. 20. What did you get for your birthday?
Happy birthday to you.
Sleep deprivation because I did Extra Life on my birthday.
Yeah, socks.
No, I don't have any like family or friends really near me, so nothing.
What you mean they didn't even send you a card and nothing? That's mean.
I got a card, but it doesn't matter. It's all right. Doesn't matter. I'll see them soon, so that'll be my present. I'll get to see my family soon. Yeah, it was fine. I just spent it playing games, which
playing games. There you go.
Happy probably was very happy about, but it wasn't the best time.
And also a huge shout out to Dan
yes.
for getting twatted in a wrestling ring. Do you know what though? I've got to say, on the night, obviously, it was all amateur people who were doing it for charity. So there was quite a lot. I reckon probably a good near, probably 15, I would have thought, people that were involved in the amateur side. And obviously all the professional wrestlers were their opponents and stuff. But all in all, they did a really amazing job. And I've got to say, Dan was the best out of all the amateurs, I would have said. His athleticism was incredible. He actually did a backflip off the corner of the rope, off the top rope in the corner to try and pin the opponent and missed, which was scripted. He was meant to miss, and then obviously it was all dazed because he'd missed. But yeah, did the full-on backflip, which was impressive. It was really, really great, really great. So well done, Don. Yeah, so there you go. A shout out to Chinny. Hope you're feeling better soon. With your sore tooth and all that kind of stuff, and hope things are better. And obviously, big shout out for coming up this weekend and saying hello.
Yeah.
And going out for lunch, and even if it took you a long time to chew it. And the shout out to everyone who took the time to email in this week. So thank you for taking that time out of your very busy schedules to send us emails, which is great. So thanks for that, and keep them coming.
Yeah.
That's it for me. So Antonio, over to you.
Well, Jenny, thanks for letting me take your spot, I guess. Thank you. Get better soon, man. Thank you as well for having me on. Everyone donated to me an extra life because I didn't have many before I started, and it all picked up on the day. Because it would have been a bit rubbish if I did the whole 24 hours and earned $20. Because it's still $20, but you ruin your sleep for the charity. But it was, I'm glad I did it. Don't know if I'll do it next year though, because I was feeling rough for about a week. Because I have a problem with sleep, and I finally fixed it, and I ruined it. This, but,
no, did the actual life completely ruin your sleep thing?
Yeah, it did.
You know what you should have done, right? You know what you should have done, don't you? Mm-hmm. You should have done 12 hours on Saturday and 12 hours on Sunday.
It's not done the
sleep. I know it isn't, but at least you're not doing the sleep deprivation thing then. And, for someone like you who's got like what you would almost consider a medical condition, it's probably a good idea, isn't it? Really,
I don't think I'll do it next year, or if I do, I'll do your version of it. Because
see, that's a good idea, isn't it? You see now.
I didn't know you could. I've always assumed it was 24.
It doesn't matter, does it? If you get, it's for charity. So at the end of the day, if you're doing your 24 hours over a weekend and actually have some sleep in between, it don't matter as long as people sponsor you. They're not going to be arsed, are they? They're giving to a good cause.
Yeah, I guess.
As long as you make it clear that's what you're doing.
Yeah, fair enough. But going from that, I had a friend join me at the start for about 4 hours. Aaron, thank you very much for coming by. And my housemate Jonas, I do another podcast now with him about movies because we pay a lot for a movie subscription service for a cinema. We should really use it for something. And finally, Kai, who is filling in for me on a podcast. I've stepped away for a bit because I don't really find it fun anymore. If you don't like if you don't like doing podcasts, you step away for a bit.
Yeah.
Which is a bit ironic because I'm here now, but. This was kind of an impromptu, and also I like coming on there because it's rare. I get to come on. That's nice.
Oh, yeah. You did it for us.
Mm-hmm. And I think this is fun. Anyway, thanks everyone that puts up with me. Chin's back next week.
Well, we hope so. But he might have his tooth out by next week, so who knows if that doesn't get better or whatever. See what happens. Duke, over to you.
Yes, I will shout out Antonio for being here, and Chinny feel better, and the Duchess for being awesome, and I think that's it.
Done. That's it. We're done.
That's it. We're done.
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 Outro song. The end of the show. You fucking pricks. Turn the podcast off. Oh, wait, you don't need to do that because it'll turn off when it ends. Why don't you listen to another podcast? You ungrateful fuck.
Really?
Yeah, huh?
Everybody cheer for Lieutenant Evan.
Who?
Nothing.
I should have shouted out Dan because I donated to his thing as well, actually. And I had him on my podcast to promote it. I feel silly. I should have. Dan, love you, mate. Well done.
There you go. By the way, guess what?
What?
Well, I'm going to the cinema on the 6th of December to watch a film. Guess what film I'm going to watch at the cinema?
Star Wars Episode 4.
No.
What?
I don't know.
6th of December, right? Christmas. Think it's nearly Christmas. What film am I going to watch? No.
Oh, the Mary Poppins. No, Mary Poppins.
No.
Don't know, mate.
It's a classic. It's old. It's not new. It's an old
Christmas
film.
Story.
No. God, you two are rubbish at this game.
Well, you tell us then. Give us a hint.
All right, I'll give you one more clue.
Okay.
It's the 30th anniversary of this film.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
It's the 7th of December. We're going to watch it. 7th of December.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
No. It's the best Christmas, not Christmas film ever made.
The Ref.
Die Hard.
Yay! Give them on a prize.
You know what?
Yeah,
we watched Die Hard
finally
not
get
long ago, and it's not that great a movie.
It bloody is. I watch it every year, and it's bloody great. So don't you dare diss that film. Yeah, freaking Ghostbusters. Said the man who likes Ghostbusters. You're right there, Antonio. I'm with you.
Well, no, I'm not taking a shit piss over that. I've yet to see Die Hard. I will watch it one day, definitely. I've got a massive list of films to see.
Do you know what though? I said to Kay, I'm like, God, I feel so old now. That film is 30 years old. Fucking hell.
Yep.
And I watched it at the pictures the first time around.
Well, yeah.
Jesus Christ, when that film came out, I was 17.
When I was 17, I
God.
watched a very good film. And then I saw Die Hard. Ooh, shots fired. What?
How dare you?
And that's the end of the show.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Yeah, so looking forward to it. So we're taking Millie as well, but Millie's watched it multiple times as well.
Why on earth would she watch it multiple times?
No, it's at View.
Oh, okay. I've got
with the recliners, man. I'll be sat in a recliner watching Die Hard on a big massive screen. Which will be... It is 462. Leastways, I hope it's 462 because that's what I said at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
And if it's not, we're fucking screwed.
All right, guys, I gotta be out.
Assumed you'd updated it.
Yeah, kind of. End of stream.